Hello and welcome to the party dungeon. This is Dungeon Party. As always, I'm your DM Blake Peoples, and here is your cast. I guess. I mean, there's 3 people.
Hello, Beach Boys.
It's us. Beach Boys. All right.
Oh, no, yeah.
Oh yeah, we went to the beach together.
Yeah, you guys are the Beach Boys. This crew can be called the Beach Boys. This shares a Peter angle. Well, Peter's got a new setup today.
Look, when you're at the parents' house for a little while, you use whatever setup you can with the shitty audio and the unfinished basement.
Ricky, who watched campaign 1, which Peter, you were in it. Never mind. Yeah. He recognized the campaign 1 reference probably quicker than Peter did.
Definitely.
Anyway, what's up? We're playing D&D today. It is an abridged crew, but we're gonna have fun. And today last week was supposed to, but today might mark the first combat and foundry day. So we'll see what the fuck happens when we get there. And please be patient with us because it's a new system for all of us. So,
We're a no combat party from here on out.
That's okay. We can just do RP.
We're gonna avoid every.
If we can't avoid encounters, we get on our knees and accept death.
I think this is it. Turn comes back, we're all dead.
Everybody hold hands. This is it. One goblin.
All right. Does anybody have any announcements that they would like to make? Or any cherished segments that we would like to begin?
Okie dokie. Before we go into tonight's regularly scheduled programming, we here at What's Chelsea Playing have an important announcement. It has come to our attention that during the week, our dear Chelsea, famous from What's Chelsea Playing, got her PlayStation account hacked. So, it is fine now. I will preface this with that. It is fine now. So, to my lovely hacker, I leave you with these holiday wishes. May your games always lag. May your systems always crash. May every boss you encounter one-shot you. May your current and or future children always beat you at Mario Kart. May you never level up, no matter how much XP you acquire, or how much stupid new gear you craft. I hope you never complete any level, any objective, ever again in your miserably pathetic life, you fucking noob.
Yeah! Woo! Get him! Fuck yeah!
That's all. That's it. I don't know how or why somebody tried, but pro tip for hackers, if you try to change somebody's email, it gets sent to their original email. And I have the technology to fucking lock all of my financial data, so...
Well,
real good job!
This week, Chelsea played Destroying a Hacker.
And thank you, Greg, from PlayStation Support.
Fuck yeah, Greg!
And fuck you to the first person who ended up picking up my call, because they were terrible. But anyway...
Greg from PlayStation Support is canonically Greg with 4 Gs. From Septon's workplace.
With all that said, it's time for another round of What's Chelsea Playing? Today we had the usual, still going through, Pokemon, which one do I have? Pearl, Diamond. And in honor of this little indie, movie that came out, I picked up Spider-Man on the PS4 again.
Little indie movie, sure.
And I also saw that movie, and
is it good?
It's so good. It's so good.
I will not.
I will not say anything else.
I won't be watching it till I can watch it at home, because my announcement for the week is I probably have COVID because of an idiot coworker. So.
Yikes. Don't go on the internet at all if you don't want spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be
There's-
that sad, I don't think, but...
Okay, that's fine. If you don't care, then that's fine.
Yeah. I also haven't seen any yet. So, and I've been on Twitter every day, so...
Okay.
Maybe
I
I've just
literally-
cultivated
yeah.
a good thread of...
I literally hopped onto YouTube this morning without ever really looking up any Spider-Man content on YouTube, and right there was like a spoiler in the thumbnail and the title of the video.
Very good.
Why?
Bastards.
This has been another round of What's Chelsea Playing?
Fucking love
Also,
that segment.
do you like my swag Star Wars shirt?
Very good.
Incredible.
This has been another round of What's Chelsea
Well, Chelsea,
Wearing?
are you joining the three of us and also Tommy for Star Wars 5e then, if you have that shirt on?
Oh, that was not my other announcement. I do not think I have the time.
Alright.
Ugh.
Does anybody else have any announcements they want to make, or should we hop to it?
Anyone else get hacked?
Yeah. Alright, well then let's jump right into it. Where's the button? Ba-bap. And we put on the Mystical Intrigue playlist.
Oh, I could not decide between any of my D20s. I've got like 7. I usually play with like 4.
I've got these 3. I have a red one that I got as a birthday present, and then I have this red one that I bought in Italy, and then I have the DPS dice that Ricky made. Where the one says DPS
yeah.
and the one says cancel DPS.
That one's now a constant.
Yeah. Thank you, Ricky.
Never mind, we're not gonna go through all my dice. What am I doing?
Last week on Dungeon Party, the students made their way to the Kymian Archives, a massive library city in the middle of the Granite Ocean. They spent some time, well, the first night, which just so happened to be the dawn of the new year, they had a little fun as Tether tried to get Elitha to buy them alcohol. They made some new friends in teens who lived here, Luke and Aaron. The next day, they spent sort of getting acclimated to their situation. Shandi and Septon sought out aid from a teacher named Mikhail, who said that he could help them with a problem of theirs on account of he recognized the symbol that they had found under Hagen Library. What am I looking at here? Una met one of the lore keepers, one of the refectionists. Una met a ton of people and figured out a thing or two. And Tether made friends with a religious fanatic, a member of the Brothers of the Penitent Stone. But before any real conversation could happen between them, was approached by a member of the Caerleonan government as well as a member of the Zymorian government and asked to come with them. Elitha accompanied Tether. Elitha decided to accompany Tether to this questioning, leaving Shandi, Septon, and Una to continue their studies and start working on their final research project on their own. Detailed the research project to Una. And if Una's player needs some some updates, I could give those to you. But yes, that is where we left off on... Oh, and there's a plan. You were invited by Luke and Aaron to join them Saturday night for a performance. Because they thought you guys were cool. And that is where we left off. So we will pick up...
The coolest.
Yeah, the coolest
So
kids.
Septon did that backflip.
Septon did do a backflip, didn't he? We will pick up... We'll pick up there. It is Wednesday, late Wednesday afternoon. Septon, Una, and... Oh, and they met Oliver Dumont, also, who's a guy. He's a guy, a necromancer who's here looking for a friend, and he was uncomfortable, but that's Oliver, so... Yes. So, we will pick up there with the three of you... Yeah, Jangle. We'll pick up there with the three of you. Yeah, you have the rest of the day to do whatever you want. Septon, you were if I remember correctly, you were looking through stories of heroes of old and getting a little bit lost.
Yes. The ones written by bards, because
Yes.
they're more interesting.
They sure are. Cool. Is there anything anybody wants to do?
Was I still mapping, or has a day passed since then?
Day hasn't passed since then. You were mapping.
Okay, I imagine I'm still. I told Septon we would all meet back, or I would meet him back in like an hour or two, but depending on how much time has passed, I might still be doing that.
At this point, you're probably this is probably like 10 minutes after Elitha and Tether have left you.
Cool.
Can I
find everyone else? Sorry.
Can I just roll a classic Shandi journal check to see how
Sure.
good these maps are?
Go for it. Yeah.
Is that going to be what? I feel like
I don't remember what we've been rolling for this.
me either.
We'll just call it a dexterity check, because what it is mapping things out accurately and neatly, and I think that requires a lot of dexterity.
Okay.
If you were proficient with cartographer's tools, you could do that. But
15.
you know what? It's the best thing you've ever put in that journal.
That's good news.
Unfortunately, it's a lot of the same. The layout of the tower, the main section of the archives, it's a lot of rounded hallways with bookcases in them. And you're doing your best to label down what they are, but the organizational system is a little strange as well. Things aren't really near what you'd think they would be near. And you get the sense as you're looking around and trying to map out that that's just because this place has been around probably as long as books have been around. And they were just putting things where it made sense at the time, and they've been building since then. But you also notice as you are coming up and you feel like you've completed a floor, and then you go down another floor to one that you've completed before, it doesn't totally line up with what you had before. Nothing's wrong, but there's like extra sections that you're not sure if you just didn't write them down or if they weren't there before.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, after an hour or two, I'll just start retracing my steps back to home base.
Cool. Una, what are you up to?
Did we change who has the other ear?
Mm,
The platinum claw ear?
I think it's Shandi.
Yeah.
Did it change back to Sean?
I don't think I got it back. I
Well,
think they gave it back to somebody else
I think
after.
they just gave it back to you, Una. They handed
I just got it then.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I can't talk.
Man, I hope we didn't give it to Turn.
I
didn't.
tried.
Yeah, he
I
didn't-
tried, I
he
think.
didn't want it.
And he didn't let me. I was mad. No, I'm just gonna go find them the old-fashioned way then.
Cool. I mean, Septon's easy enough to find. He's not moving.
Sept is not moving. Probably gonna lose track of time too. If I remember, he tried to find like specific stories, and then just blew it,
Yeah.
and was just really engrossed in one. So he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, you find him. He's on the first floor, near the northern section, near the entrance to Chimea. Just sitting on the floor, reading a couple books.
Cool. Oh, they hadn't been told about Tether, had they?
No.
Right. Okay. Hold on, let me get my... Got it. Hey.
Huh? Oh, sup, Uno?
Well, okay. So Tether's gone. She's fine. She and Elitha just kind of left. For like
Wait,
a few
what?
days. Yeah. Somebody was really rudely like eavesdropping on me and Tether and kind of came out of nowhere. And there seems to have been an attack from a group that I think they said might have been connected to Tether's whole cult thing, and they need to take her into questioning. So Elitha went with her, so I'm sure she's gonna be fine. Did they say how long it
Remember-
would be? Like,
Just a couple days.
yeah, okay.
Uno, remember before we left for the Underdark? when I was
Barely.
like, damn, kind of seems like we're like getting screwed at every turn, and like.
Yeah, I mean
This,
that's
like-
just a given at this point. I can't.
Right, but like, we've lost 2 people now.
Great.
Una, I don't know how else to put this, but at what point do we just like bail? You know, at what point do we like cut and run?
Feel like
Like-
I do not have the mental capacity to think about that right now. I mean, again,
I mean-
she's with Elitha. Although we've gotten in
Okay,
trouble
so
being
she's
with
probably
Elitha as
safe.
well, but yeah, it does come at a very frustrating time with its proximity to Turn's departure. But she gave us our assignment for the rest of the semester.
Oh, the
Do you
bad
wanna-
news just keeps coming.
Do you want to hear it?
What is the assignment?
Okay, so we get to choose a topic. It can be anything, but Elitha has to approve it by.
It was gonna be Friday, but the date's pushed back to whenever she gets back.
Right. So whenever she gets back, yeah, we get to choose any topic, and then we just use the rest of the month to make a report and a presentation on it. It's
And we just,
really
like-
open-ended. We just do it.
I was
with
gonna do that
Elitha's
anyway.
approval.
Sick. No, like I'm not kidding. I was gonna do that anyway.
You were gonna do a project voluntarily?
I have a thing I've been thinking about, and I talked to Elitha about it a while back actually, and
Oh.
like I'm here. It's a good time for it. Got a lot of stuff that could help. You know.
What
I think
is this?
yeah.
Can I know?
All right. Well, you know how like see all these books here,
Yeah.
like this. No. Like this section. Like
Oh.
you know what these ones are?
I mean, I assume looking at it, I would. What are they?
There's probably like some famous ones here.
You of all people would probably recognize some of the titles here, or at least the characters in the titles, because these are characters from famous plays and stories. These are heroes throughout the ages.
Okay. Oh, okay.
These are also you said the bardic
Yes,
retellings of
that have been penciled
history.
down. Yeah.
Right. Like a lot of this stuff is like bards who are either there for events or with adventures who write stuff down. And I was thinking, you know, we've been going on adventures. I'm kind of the bard of the group.
Kinda.
Maybe I should start writing this stuff down. I talked to Elitha about it, I don't know, like months ago. But I figure if I just sit around reading a bunch of these, I'll get the idea of how to do it. And I'll try it out with our gang.
Cool.
I mean, if we're stuck here for a month, I'm telling you, I'm not going to the section about, like, finance and trade politics that Elitha made us read for that one project about the history of, like, commerce in South Zymor. I'm not reading any shit like that again. Or the ideologies of the naval groups from the Northern Seas. I hated that book. Well, I'm reading the ones about the murder and the killing and the adventures and the lovers and the songs and the drinking. I mean, I figure I might as well stay here all month and read it if we're stuck here. So I was gonna do it anyway.
Cool. Because we have to anyway.
Yeah, I am still, like, kind of weirded out by you being like, Tether's gone. I'm not super cool with that.
What do you
But-
mean?
I don't know,
I'm
like...
not parading around. Look,
No, I don't mean to blame you, Una. Like, I know you
I
didn't.
I wasn't saying you were. Look, I know I had a different reaction, but if I know Tether, fuck. Wait, we were talking about Tether.
Tether. Talking about
Sorry.
Tether.
Okay. Oh. Well, I think she's fine.
She's probably fine. I just feel like this school just, like, I don't know, is pushing us around, like, at random, and I don't know. I feel like we got no control over where we're going here.
This seems far away from the school. These were, like, this was, like, a member of the Platinum Claw, and I do not, and one said he was an Inquisitor.
From Carleone, from a different country.
From Carleone. Oh yeah, from Carleone.
Una, that's worse. Una, that's
right,
a bigger. That's worse.
Right, but it's not the school specifically in this sense. I guess the popularity of the school allowed them to find Tether. Yes, but I don't know. Yeah, the school's messed up, but
I don't know. I get what you're saying.
I think.
Have you told Shandi?
Not yet. You were the first one I ran into.
Shandi, you hear your name as you're walking around, and you look down over the balcony, and you can see Una and Septon sitting in a section just like 2 floors down from you.
Hello.
Hey!
Were you talking about me?
Not about you.
Yeah,
just
come on.
referencing you. Come down here.
Come on down. We got like info.
Okay.
Oh, Una. While he's on his way down, I should say. I was asking people demons.
Great.
They said maybe they'd have a way to get Balthazar off of us.
Yes. They think they have a way to get rid
That's
of me.
amazing. That's amazing, Septon. Only
it's
talking
a maybe.
with Septon.
It's something we should like mull around whether we want to do it or not,
I'd like to see
and
them
like
try.
figure it out. Quiet. Maybe Balthazar.
What do you mean, maybe Balthazar?
Well, I've been given a suggestion for who else you might be.
You have?
Yeah, you were there.
Oh, well, what you interpret from that nerd's ideas is your own thing, but I'm Balthazar through and through.
From what I know,
I don't know.
I've called a nerd all my life. Anybody who calls somebody else a nerd are really insecure, like deep down.
I actually wasn't born with insecurities. It's just physically not
I mean,
a part of
That's
me.
another thing.
If he is who I think he might be, he actually would have no reason to be insecure. But
Oh. Septon, you think as Balthazar I have a reason to be insecure?
I don't know. You seemed pretty insecure
yes.
when we were in your mom/girlfriend's territory.
Well,
You were
she was
incredibly
my creator
threatened.
and my lover. Let's not get
your
weird
mom.
with the terminologies.
Mom and girlfriend. I don't. Yeah.
Listen, I understand that you have a problem with that sort of thing, but where I come from,
We don't have a
things are a
problem.
lot more loosey-goosey.
I have a problem with it. I definitely. Una might not have a problem. I have a problem.
Septon,
with
I'm
it.
saying I
encourage
have a
you
problem with
to
it. It's just
expand your
weird.
mind.
Okay.
Also, I should like to throw out that I didn't have much choice. I was created for a purpose, and that purpose I fulfilled, I'd like to think.
Gross.
Gross.
Where's Shandi?
Shandi?
Shandi, not quite right then, but like there's like 2 minutes of awkward silence, and then Shandi sidles around the corner.
Oh, what were we talking about?
Tether is gone, and I'm very sad about it. Is that
really-
better?
Really quick,
Septon?
Blake.
Yeah.
I walked by Tether with the not cult person.
Yeah, with
right. I
with
did not.
Sister
I did.
Asher. You didn't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, Tether's.
Tether's
Well-
gone. She's okay.
Oh,
I'm really hurt about it, though. Was that better, Septon?
Well, Una, I'm glad to see you expressing
not
your
what I meant,
emotions
Una.
like this, but
That's not what I meant!
I'm sorry, I don't know what you were meaning.
she'll be back, yes? It's not...
Yeah, and Elitha's with her.
Oh, well, I see no reason to worry then.
I gesture to Shanti, staring at Septon.
Una, do you remember what happened the last time somebody left with Elitha and would be back soon? We didn't see Brahm and Elitha for like 2 months.
But...
They literally went to a trial, and Tether just left to the government with Elitha.
Right, but like that was because Brahm and Elitha had that whole messy history, and I'm sure Tether's done nothing.
Heather is well known for not having a messy history.
I heard it
issue.
as it was coming out of my mouth, and yeah. Here's the thing: it could go one of two ways. Option one, she completely tells the truth, as she always does, to a fault. And they believe her, or she says too much, and they keep her forever.
Alright, well, I mean, we just have to hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah. And I still have the Sending Stone? So I can use that. Maybe we could just use it tomorrow. Quick check-in.
Don't see why not.
It goes to Elitha. Or could it go to anybody?
It goes to the other end of the Sending Stone, which Elitha has.
Okay.
I thought
great.
you gave it to Tether for a second. I'm like, yeah, you can totally use that, and it'll make sense. But it's Elitha.
I still have it.
You can use.
According to the Foundry,
No, I
I've
mean,
got it.
but if you wanted to talk to Tether, that was going to be an issue.
Right.
We try using it and we hear it coming muffled from the wall to Elitha's room.
You could contact you could contact Elitha, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we also have an assignment.
Oh. And like a real assignment, right?
Yeah,
Not like a walk through the Underdark assignment.
Real assignment.
No, it's actually
books,
a good one.
Paper. So we get to choose any topic we want. Elitha just has to approve it. So by the time she gets back, we just have to choose a topic, or maybe have like 5 backups just in case. 5 to 10 backups just in case.
Yes.
Oh, obviously. And then we make a report and we do a presentation on it, and we have like the rest of the whole month to work on it.
Oh, so many options.
I know.
I could study commerce and politics. I could study northern mercantile fleets.
Mm-hmm. Septon had a good one.
Have fun, Shandi.
Oh, Septon, was your topic similar? We could collaborate.
Nope, no need for collaboration. I've already started mine. In fact, I'm sorry. I got some reading right here. You know, not really. I'm already way ahead of you.
Well, if you ever wish to swap ideas with each other, I would hate to hoard all the bountiful history of the Northern Mercantile Fleet to myself.
Oh, hoard away. I slept through that lecture.
I have notes from it if you
Oh yes, me too.
need them.
Mine are a bit messy because
them?
they're in this journal.
Well, if we combine them, I'm sure like any gaps I missed, you would have taken on, and vice versa.
We should compile these into a comprehensive tome. Septon, would you be interested in proofreading that for us?
We could make the textbook for the next class of heroes.
I like the sound of that.
Oh, I'm gonna make a textbook for the next class of heroes. All right. It's gonna have some different recommendations in it.
It's just a 1-page run.
It looks like where all the secret passages on campus are. Septon just makes the Marauders map.
Yeah.
The whole messy history of all of our professors as well.
How many people? How many people died during the time? How many people died during the time we were acting?
Death tally.
Hey, elf ceremony started popping off, huh? Let's change that. It's at this point. It's around this point that you notice that a lot of folks not dressed in scholarly robes, but dressed in more regular clothing, are starting. Because you are pretty near the entrance to Chimea right now. More and more folks are starting to exit the tower and go into Chimea. Settlers, you imagine. That's what they're called. I don't know if I ever explained that. The people who live in Chimea refer to themselves as the settlers of Chimea, and you would have been explained that at this point.
My favorite board game,
Don't
The
fucking,
Settlers of
I
Chimea.
knew specifically you were gonna say that shit.
Then why did you, if you knew we would do it, why did you call them that?
Because I like how it sounds. I think it's a nice name for a thing, despite
Things are
your
allowed
bullshit.
to sound
Yeah,
similar.
everyone
Peter.
likes how it sounds. It's an incredibly popular
They're
title
not the
of an
only
incredibly
settlers.
popular board
They're not
game.
the only settlers that ever exist, you motherfucker.
They're the only ones.
These people settled a section of the library and called it Chimea, so settlers of Chimea makes sense. Catan and Chimea don't even sound the same. Fuck off.
It sounds like if they had to do a TV show episodes about Settlers of Catan, but they couldn't get the rights.
Who would make a TV show about Settlers of Catan?
There's actually no. Like if they had an episode where they were playing
Yeah, if
it,
they
like on
put
The
it
Big
in
Bang
Riverdale.
Theory. or
Oh,
something.
okay, yeah. No, that makes
Yeah, on
sense.
Riverdale. Yeah,
They
yeah.
called the settlers of Chimea. Apparently there was gonna be a movie. Ugh. Anyway, continue your RP, you ungrateful bastard.
Would we know?
A bunch of people are just leaving.
Well, they're leaving the archives and heading back towards Chimea. You'd imagine that's a pretty good... You don't really know what time it is because there's not windows, but most of them seem to be, finishing up a day.
Just realized, I don't think I ate anything today. What time is it?
I don't know. Do we have watches?
No.
Are watches a thing in this
Not here.
world?
You'd have to go deep into gnomish culture to get any watches, probably. They haven't exactly caught on in the larger Assyrian marketplace.
I mean, I just
This
feel
is
tired.
this is an important slot for
Been a-
magical bracelets. Watches don't have a place there.
Been a long day.
Watch magical bracelet of timekeeping.
Yeah, I mean your stomachs are probably grumbling a little bit.
That's
Should we
what
go
the
get some food?
Mind feed is for. Yeah.
It's this moment you realize you have no idea where one gets food in the Chimean archives.
We didn't eat yesterday.
where
Oh, no,
You ate
we
on the
just
ship,
Is there anything-
probably.
ate on.
is there anything near our bedrooms? I guess there wouldn't be a cafeteria. This isn't a school.
Would Septon and I have spotted an inn or a tavern while we were in Chimea going to the school?
On the
Because
first floor, you went to the first floor of Chimea. There didn't seem to be any sign of inns or taverns. You know that there is a tavern called DungeonDraft that you were dared to go to, but it wasn't on the first floor of Chimea.
What if we head that direction towards Chimea?
We could also
Just
stop by
sit-
the information desk.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we might be able to ask them where we should eat.
Let's go.
Cool. You head your way back to the information desk, and it is still the same employee working it, though she is not currently being peppered with questions by Oliver. She's just sort of standing there waiting for the next customer. You can see she has a book open on the desk in front of her, but as you approach, she closes the book, slides it to the side, and says, "How can I help you?"
It's sort of a non-library question.
Mm.
Where does one get food around here?
That is a prudent question. As you have been accepted here as guests as the scholars of Yathne, you have also been included on the meal plan of the scholars. If you head down 2 floors here in Yathne's Cradle, you'll find our mess hall, and they they'll give you food. They have been given sketches of each of you so they know what you look like to give you food. It is delicious. It is great thinking food.
Cool.
I like the sound of that.
I have also been told,
I guess you're right. There is a cafeteria.
I have also been told to inform you that your teacher, Miss Veerwarden, has departed with some individuals as well as your compatriot Tether, and she has also told me to tell you that they have set aside the blueprint to the core stolen by Pell and Mel. Yeah, Pell and Mel. We set it aside in the third floor archivist office, the blueprint of the core that was stolen, if you have any interest in looking at it.
Oh.
Oh, we should look
Thank
into
you.
that.
Also that you are to start on your research projects and don't worry about classes until she's back. Though, if you would like to sit in on classes to make your experience here feel more like school, I'm sure that you could go over to Chimia and sit in on some of the older students' classes.
Do you have a schedule?
They're all day. You'd probably have to ask someone who goes to school there or works at the school there. My recommendation to you is Schoolmaster Mikhail Surin.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course, it's my job to help.
Shall we depart for the lower floors?
To the mess hall.
Oh yeah, you take the stairs.
Let's do it.
down. And find yourself in a not very large room. There's like 5 or 6 long tables with chairs on either side of them, as well as a few smaller, like 2-person tables set around. You see various folks dressed in olive green sitting at these tables. Most of them have books out. You see one of the large tables is filled with more hardy, rough and tumble looking folks dressed in olive that have weapons strapped to their backs, and you see that there are tankards sitting out in front of them as they're telling stories to each other. You also see a line forming towards a small little window on the side of the room where a man in an olive apron is spooning something out into bowls.
That looks like excellent thinking food.
And as you make your way into a room, the smell of clam hits you strong.
Powder.
And yeah, and as you look around, everybody's bowl is filled with clam chowder and the hardest piece of bread you've ever seen.
Alright, clam chowder night. Can do that. Can have some clam chowder.
Yeah.
I'm willing to try it.
It's not bad. Like, it's kind of hard to mess up clam chowder.
Are you guys getting in line?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get mine.
The woman in front of you in line turns to you. This is a Fire Genasi woman. She has... Her black hair is tied up mostly in the back. There's some bangs are left to the sides, and you can see the tips of her hair are smoldering as though aflame. There is a massive silvered spear at her back, strapped across her back, and she turns to you and says, "Yeah, they don't mess it up, but they also don't know how to make anything else."
Oh, that's all we're eating this month, is it?
Yeah, it's not a clam chowder night; it's clam chowder lifetime. Welcome.
Oh,
Do you know of any other places?
Yeah, if you head over to Chimia, you can pick up some more varied food stuff. But
Okay.
they're pretty proud of their agricultural accomplishments, so they are going to charge you out the ass for it. I mean,
Great,
listen,
well-
it's not easy to grow vegetables on the roofs of a library, so, good
That's
on
fair.
them, but...
that's impressive.
I mean, if you get the chance, head up to Paper Pastures. It's worth taking a look at.
Okay.
Third floor of Kaimian. Can't miss it.
We have chowder tonight, and then tomorrow, if we come down here and we're sick of the smell already, we go out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Unless it's like really expensive to go out, and we just like can't afford to go out all month.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Yeah, you didn't.
Oh, my point is it chowder for every meal, or is it chowder for every dinner?
Look at this room.
Uh-huh.
How many of these people with their nose stuffed directly into a book do you think have more than one meal a day?
Oh, this is gonna be a rough month. It's gonna be a rough month.
I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome to eat more, obviously, but they don't really prepare other things. The people who make the food are also scholars. They're also archivists, so they're spending most of their time researching anyway. It wouldn't kill them to research, culinary techniques, but...
Yeah. Are you telling me there's not a single cookbook in the whole library?
Oh, there's plenty. They're just not using them.
Okay.
They open to suggestions? Because,
Listen,
Septem's been trying to cook.
I've tried. Hey, if you want to jump in the kitchen and try making enough food to feed more or less an army of bookworms, then be my guest. I don't think they'll stop you, but
Sorry.
I mean, are there ingredients in the kitchen other than clams?
Listen, you know what? You think you could make something good?
I didn't say he could.
Well, hey, listen, I'm willing to
sorry.
take... I would like to eat something that isn't clam chowder, personally. Sorry for the rudeness with the name thing. I'm Anna Saravia. Is you a problem with that? Orange?
Oh, no, sorry.
Green.
Did you just call me Orange?
You're green, so she wouldn't have, would she?
No, I think he is orange at this point, but, isn't she also orange?
She's red, but yeah.
Wait, I think somebody told me to talk to someone named Saravias. Looking for some information, working on something.
I really gotta tell Rosary to stop handing my name out to whoever asks. Yeah,
I think I was looking for Saravia.
Yeah? Were you trying to get into Slatium?
I was looking for help with a issue, demon-related issue.
Containment, yeah. Alright, well then, I was
No,
the one...
not containment.
Well, I specialize
He's contained.
You're not
Wait,
you're not trying to contain something in the basement? That's sort of my job.
Oh, in the basement. He's contained in a container.
Yeah.
Keeps coming back to me.
We could talk, maybe not over dinner. But all I'm saying here, Orange, is that if you think you can make something better for dinner, I'll have the scholars give you the funds to go up to Paper Pastures and get the ingredients for it.
Oh.
I don't have a ton of sway, but I know I'm not the only one who's sick of this chowder.
I mean, making enough for, us, I could probably pull off. We were talking to... Who's the guy who was a chef in the Underdark?
Oh,
The spices guy.
Yeah. He gave you a bag of spices, did I tell you that?
Oh, no, I'll write that down.
It got put on your character sheet, but you have one now.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, what was his name? Literally was here 3 sessions ago. Yeah, 3 sessions was a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Desi was the girl's name. Syleth.
Silas. I almost said Silas, but it's Silas.
It's Silas with the TH, so.
I mean, Silas was talking to us about cooking. I did some cooking with him, and I work with Chef back home. I might be able to make something that's just not clam chowder.
But can you make thinking food, Septon?
Don't make this harder than it needs to be. What is thinking food?
Look, obviously clam chowder.
I think it's something you can easily eat with one hand, or you got a book in the other.
Okay, I mean... Yeah, you could probably, like, work something out.
Hey, if you think you can do it, tell Rosary that I have allocated some of my own personal stock towards that. She'll get you.
All right.
She'll get you taken care of.
Sure.
Listen, I'm done with this stuff. I mean, every now and again we get some good imports downstairs, but so much clam chowder, my friend. You can only take so much.
I mean, I guess I'll give it a shot. Do I have to do this before you'll talk to me about, like, containment?
No,
or
that's my
can we
job.
skip this?
I'm off the clock for that, so come find me. I'm in the Slatchium when it's daytime, and we'll talk about it.
Will do.
Don't worry, I'm near the entrance. We're stationed near the entrance where it's safe. You won't get jumped by a zombie on the way. Probably. I can't promise that, actually.
Underground caves full of stuff trying to kill us, I mean. And I turn to Una and Shandi and kind of shrug.
It's been our life.
Yeah, we're used to it.
Yeah, maybe you should apply to join the Salatai.
No.
I don't really know your deal, so... Oh, and at this point, you've made it so she is the next in line. Well, best of luck. I hope to see something good from you. And if not, whatever. And she gets some clam.
I read.
And then makes her way over to the table with the other armed individuals. And sits down. You are each afforded a heaping bowl of clam chowder and a triangle of very tough bread. This was a diamond. I meant it to, a triangle. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that would be the easy way, huh? Why'd I do this?
Is the bread... not the bread. Is the chowder, like, good?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great clam chowder.
I was going to do a Phoenix roll to see how much Shandi enjoys the clam
Okay,
chowder.
yeah, you feel free,
12.
12,
Yeah.
I mean...
I'm pleased by it.
It's clam chowder. It's well-made clam chowder. Whether or not you like clam chowder is a personal preference, but, like, this is undeniably well-made clam chowder. But yeah, I mean...
Okay.
You need it at your leisure.
Yeah, that was who we were supposed to talk to about getting a demon contained, according to that professor we met earlier. Remember, Shandi?
Yes, I remember that.
Okay, cool.
Well,
I'm not sure if we should talk to her about containing the demon before I attempt to cook dinner, or after. Because if it's before and I do a good job, maybe she'll be really happy to help us. But if it's before and I do a really bad job, maybe she won't help us.
I don't honestly think it'll matter if it's good or bad food, Seppi. You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Quiet, Balthazar.
Why so snippy?
I don't know. I'm sick of your shit.
What did I do, Seppi? Is this our first fight?
You literally almost made us get smote by your mom girlfriend.
You didn't, though.
But, like, you put us in a position where we very easily could have.
You don't know that, because it didn't happen. Clearly, she was pissed at that other guy.
Yes, she was very pissed at the other guy. Is that what you were afraid was going to happen to you? Like, we're going in the Underdark, and then you just get, like, eaten by spiders?
Well, he didn't get eaten by spiders. He got summoned
he got
to the demon web pits. And frankly,
he got smoked.
If I got, shellacked back home, I bet she'd get me out of this hourglass, and I could have some real fun. Even if she was upset with me for whatever reason.
Oh, you're hoping time heals all wounds?
Well, I doubt it would in the eyes of an immortal goddess of anger and death, but at least it would just be a few short millennia of torture before I'd be out on my own again, as opposed to the... I foresee thousands and thousands of eons I shall spend in this hourglass at your hip, Seppi.
Well, I'll only probably live, like, maybe 1,000 years, and at this rate, probably not bad, so don't worry, somebody else will flip you over after I'm gone.
Oh, you could, and then we could all just have more fun. Listen, just imagine
We're
flipping me over
not going to do that,
in
Balthazar.
this room. Do you know how pent up these nerds probably are?
I don't know, Una, do you know?
Oh, Septon. Oh, Septon. That was cruel.
Meaning what?
Even for me, Septon.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that might have been too
sure.
much.
Well,
Undy swallows. I think we would be dealing with a different kind of chowder in that case.
What?
Not canon.
I'm done with it. It's fucking canon!
No,
You
it's
said
canon.
it in Sunny's voice! You can't take that shit back! You monster! I'm gonna skip through dinner, because I don't want to be in this scene anymore.
honestly, here's how we'll end it. Una just gets up and leaves.
Sandy, what
Not
the
even in a,
fuck?
not even, she's not giving off the impression that she's mad at you, Septon, in any way. She just does not have the capacity to handle this anymore. So it's not, so I'm not mad. Like, genuinely not mad. It's just
I'm not mad.
and up. And I'm leaving.
Is there anything anybody else would like to do tonight? God damn it, Phoenix! You can't just come in here and drop bits! Fuck off!
Septon, did that not work? I was trying one of these out. Pulls out a book that I checked out. Horace Wallaby's 100 Dirty Jokes to Tell Your Friends.
You gotta... Okay, Shandy. There's this concept in performing called knowing your audience. Una is not the audience for, I'm gonna guess, anything in that book.
Well, I'll be very busy researching for the next month, but I'll have to go back to the joke section then.
If you don't, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
Johnny, I'd love if you could just prop that up at your bedside tonight so I could take a peruse.
Well, I don't see why I couldn't do that.
Much appreciated, my friend. That one was really something. I think it went well.
I'm not 100% sure I understand it, but...
I'm not going to explain it to you.
I will. So...
And,
God.
and the rest of the night goes uneventfully. The next morning, Shandi and Septon... Oh, Big Room is, like, empty now. It's just Una in Big Room.
On Big Bed.
On Big Bed. Shandi and Septon, you remember that at around noonish, 1 p.m., you have a meeting. You're going to meet with Mikhail Soren in Iaphne's Cradle in, like, the reception area. But I assume you wake up before that and you have
Yeah.
the day. It is Thursday now. It's Thursday? Christ. So, is there anything you want to do before that? Or, Una, anything you want to get up to? Or did you tell Una about this? I don't know.
I mean, we would that have made a difference if we had Una?
Who is
We're-
this person?
It's the teacher from the school in Chimia who is going to tell us potentially more about the 5-pronged symbol beneath the.
Oh, yeah, then
library
I would have
Okay.
joined, yeah.
Cool. All right, yeah. I mean, you can do some looking around and research before that, but we can cut through that if you, unless you have something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
specific
just
you wanna
looking to-
do.
No, I'm just getting started on Northern Mercantile Fleets.
Is that actually what you're gonna do your research?
Yep.
on? Now I have to make a Northern Mercantile Fleet. All right. Cool. But at around noon, you all meet back up in Iathne's cradle, and you wait. And some time passes by, and you continue to wait. Not this. Half an hour passes. No sign.
Oh, no.
An hour passes. No sign.
Common.
Oh,
What?
maybe he forgot. We could check the school again.
I mean, yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
How far is it? How far of a walk is that?
20 minutes.
Yeah, why not?
And I mean, if he's just running late, I'm sure we'll see him on the way.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Let's do it.
Cool. You make your way over to the first floor of Chimia. You don't encounter him along the way. And as you enter into Chimia, whereas yesterday the scene was students working on projects, reading books, chatting with each other over little workbooks, there's an air of anxiety hanging over the entirety of the floor. You see students looking around worriedly, talking in hushed tones. There doesn't seem to be any homework being done. I wouldn't say a crowd has formed around the lecture hall, but there are definitely just people, a significant number of people coming in and out confused.
Can I read any lips?
Yeah. Do you think he's okay? Is something that's said. It's not like him to not show up like this. You see somebody who's dressed in the olive green of a scholar saying to another one, I suppose we should start looking for him.
Alright. In Shandi and Septon's heads, I'm just gonna say, like, I think your friend is missing.
Well, I suppose we should start asking around then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is everybody like centered around something, like a scene of a crime,
No,
or
they're-
people are just milling around,
It's
feeling nervous?
the whole floor, which you didn't come into yesterday, seems to be set up to facilitate this school. But it's, it's just people around where they normally would be during the day, but just like nervous. You see some families like poking their heads out of the reading rooms that they turned into houses and just like looking confusedly. The largest congregation of people is around the door to the lecture hall that serves as a classroom, though.
Maybe we could ask our two friends
Good thinking.
Cool. Yeah.
if we can see them around anywhere.
Make a perception check. Investigation would be more fitting here.
$21.
Cool. Yeah, with the 21, you scan the crowd, and sure enough, you see Aaron, his big burly shoulders leaning up against a pillar. You can see his arms are crossed, he's tapping his foot. His expression sort of soured. And you see Luke is sitting on a stool next to him. There's a book in her lap, but she doesn't seem to be paying attention. She's just sort of rubbing the space between her eyebrows.
Hey guys.
You say that, Luke looks up and says, "Oh! Hey."
So, something wrong?
Our teacher's not here. And he should be. He's one of those super diligent, duty-bound guys, so... You know, people are starting to expect the worst, but I don't... He's traveled the world a little bit. I feel like he can hold his own. And Aaron's like, you see his frame? He's not fighting off anything down there. We don't know that he went down there, Aaron, so...
Down there being...
Salatium.
Ah.
That's most people's theory. He's not the first settler to go missing this month, either. He's a classmate of ours.
Yeah, I'd heard there'd been a couple disappearances.
Classmate of ours disappeared. Not that that's... I mean, it's not normal, obviously, but it happens every now and again. But, he wasn't the kind that would go down there by himself, and unlike most of the people that disappeared, he came back, but he's just been holed up at home. Nobody's been allowed to see him ever since he did, so...
No one's allowed to go see him?
Scholar's orders.
Huh.
Just his parents.
Are they doing anything to take care of him, or?
I mean, yeah, apparently he's healthy. I don't know, but the rumors are getting around. Some people say he's cursed. Some people say he can't speak common anymore. I don't really believe any of it, you know. You know how rumors spread, especially in a place like this, but clearly something's wrong, otherwise he would have, you know, come back to class. I don't know.
And just out of curiosity, where does he live?
He lives on the second floor of Chimea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could take you there, but they've got Salatai standing guard outside his house at all hours, so...
I mean,
That's
we were supposed to go down there today, just for a little meeting.
Yeah.
Down to
Maybe see if there's
Salatium?
any... Yeah, just in the beginning we were supposed to talk to one of the Salatai.
Oh, sure.
I mean, we could, like, see if something's going on.
If anyone knows more about this sort of thing, it's them. Well, they keep records of who comes to and from down there, so...
Okay.
I don't know. I mean... I don't know how they would be able to help you with Brandon, but for Schoolmaster Surin, maybe they'll know if he went down there. I don't know. They're not telling us anything, but maybe they'll tell you guys.
I mean, it's worth a try. Yes.
I don't know. I think he's fine. I mean, he's probably just hiding down there. He's smart. He wouldn't let himself get caught. He probably just hid himself somewhere and he's waiting until the coast is clear to come back or something. I couldn't
Hopefully,
imagine.
yeah.
I couldn't imagine something getting the better of him. He's this smart. There's a lot of smart people who live here, but he's definitely the smartest one. So he couldn't. I mean, there's no way.
Out of game, what was this guy's name again?
Mikhail Surin is the school teacher.
Well, it's definitely something we'll be keeping an eye out for while we're down there.
Stay safe, you guys. Don't
Yeah, I mean, we're just going down to meet the Salatai. We're not going in
No,
necessarily.
I know, but you know, it's a dangerous place. I've been a couple times myself. You'll be fine, I'm sure. I don't know. I'm just a little stressed, is all. I was expecting today just to be another day, but well, we're gonna have class still, but it's gonna be with one of the other school teachers, and it's not gonna feel the same. So,
Well, suppose we should be off then, if all
yeah, good luck.
signs are pointing us there.
Still on for Saturday, though. I know I,
Yeah.
for one, need to see the show. Get me out of this funk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll totally join you.
Cool. Well, good luck.
Where did you say the show was?
Oh, we'll just meet. We'll meet in the center of the archives. And we'll take you there. We are technically not supposed to go to it, so we have to keep that on the down low.
Oh.
Is this like a fancy shindig, or...
If my
Is this an adult shindig?
no, it's just if my mom
Oh.
knew I was going, she'd, find a reason to keep me home that night. It's nothing. It's nothing crazy. It's just, it's just a nice show.
Alright.
Yeah. If you hear anything about Schoolmaster Surin, please let us know.
We will.
Thanks. Really appreciate it. Alright, well, good luck.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, and Aaron calls after you. And I think it's the Stoics. So if you see any of them acting stupid, give them hell for me. And he sort of nods towards your weapons.
Alright, Aaron. And I'll just look at Luke.
And Luke is rolling her eyes, and catches your eyes, and doesn't say anything, but... Cool. You head out. Alright, are you headed to Celestium?
Yeah.
So the way you enter the Celestium is through... Iathne's Cradle is the main way into the archives, and through the main doors lead you to the tower. But there is a side door, a very small one, in the hallway between the cradle and the tower. As you make your way over there, you can see that it is marked Celestium. Do not enter. Very dangerous.
Well, that sounds about right.
I mean, she said their stuff was like right at the front of Celestium, right?
Yeah.
Alright, then, I mean, I guess we... Honestly, how much more dangerous can it be than the Underdark?
These are not questions I would ask, Septon.
Yeah. Why'd you have to say that?
Alright, fair enough.
Why'd you have to, oh my gosh. I didn't want to say anything, but when Aaron and Luke were talking, and they were like, yeah, I'm sure he's fine. My first thought was, he's probably not. Because usually
Oh, he's
people say
dead.
those,
Like,
yeah!
definitely.
Let's not be.
Like, God.
I mean,
not be
Shandi.
hasty.
No, Shandi, let's be real. Every time
Let's not be negative Nellies here.
Shandi, I'm sorry. Every time we try to do something, people die. Usually one of us. You know?
And I can count several things that the three of us have attempted that have not ended in death of any sort.
Name one.
The play. Nobody died during that production, as far as I know.
True.
Yes. You wanna know why? Because that's a thing students should be doing.
Yeah.
normal school behavior. You know what nothing we've done at this school is? Normal school behavior.
Well, we had tests and we
And
studied
reports.
and we took notes. We had to give
Did
presentations.
homework.
We were evaluated.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest,
Yeah.
I don't think about that stuff that often.
Oh. We have teachers. In some sense.
Remember when we had 3 teachers?
Yeah.
We haven't seen 2 of them for like 2 months.
Well,
Anywho, onward to death.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I mean the door's not locked. Open it. And it leads to a very narrow set of stairs that leads downwards. It's lit by torches on stone walls. And as you make your way down, your footsteps echo. Make it down quite a ways straight before it doubles back. And you make your way down to not a door, but just an open door frame. And you can see more light coming from there, as well as some low voices through the door frame. As you make your way down, you enter out into looks to be a large loading area. There are crates stacked to the ceiling in most corners of this stone room. Though, unlike most rooms made out of stone that you recognize, this seems more cave-like, more naturally occurring. It's not made of stone bricks in the same way that Chimea necessarily is. It's been carved out of stone. Let's see, so the north side of the room is open, and there is a small dock with a ship significantly smaller than the one that you rode in on here, anchored at it. And you can see various people in olive unloading crates from that small ship. You see to the immediate left of you that there is a wooden desk, currently being manned by no one, but there are all sorts of travel manifests and shipping documents laid open, in books, but laid open on it, as well as just quills all over the place. And you see across the room, straight ahead of you, is a large, dark cave opening, seemingly leading deeper and downwards, and a weapon rack filled with silvered weapons directly next to it. As you enter the room, a few of the people in olive who are unloading things look over towards you and sort of look confusedly at each other. Before peeking out from one of the crates, you see Philatai Saravia. And she goes, "Oh, yep, I told him to come. All right, you got this. Make sure to mark it as received, not unpacked. We don't want another issue like last month." Yeah, okay. She sidles on over to you, cracking her neck as she does so. What can I do you for?
We're curious if we could learn more about the process of containing our demon friend.
Sure. Yeah. We're a little busy at the moment, so I can't really get into details with you. But there are certain spaces down here that prevent inter and extra dimensional travel. Now, they're not built by us. They are naturally occurring. So whether or not it'll work on this particular demon, we can't know for sure. But it's worked on most. Most of the things we lock in there, they stay put.
I mean, that's good to know.
There will, of course, be a fee for that. As well as documentation on anything you know about this creature, or any way that we can learn more about the creature. Because after all, at the end of the day, Solatium is about documenting and archiving cursed objects and relics, not just keeping them. If you want it stored somewhere safe, go find a mercenary guild or an archmage or something. We're here about learning, not just taking your problems off your hands. If you don't mind, could I ask a couple of questions about this thing you're trying to contain?
Sure.
Why don't you
yes,
just ask
unfortunately.
me yourself? Why does everyone feel the need to talk through Seppi here? I'm perfectly capable of speech. And without batting an eye, she just turns her face down to the hourglass. She says, "Mouthy one, great. Got a good roommate for you if you keep that up." It's like, ooh, threaten me more. I kind of like it. Do you mind just leaving?
I love sessions when Blake just gets to flirt with himself for a while.
It's why I'm a DM, Peter.
You get like 5 to 10 minutes of that. You just kind of hang out.
Do you mind if you just leave him here with me and I can figure out what I can?
I mean, that's gonna be tough, I'll be real. But we can try.
Yes, it's really up to him most of the time.
I'll make it worth his while.
The last person who tried that. It didn't work so well.
She was quite mean to me, and not in a hot way.
She was very rude. She was very rude to him. She threatened him. He doesn't like to be threatened.
Don't worry, I've got great people skills.
Right.
She says sarcastically.
I mean...
She just holds her hand out for the hourglass.
Yeah, he's all yours. Just don't turn over the hourglass.
Thank you.
He keeps trying to get us to turn over the hourglass, so we're not turning over the hourglass, and he goes by Balthazar, Saravia, Balthazar.
Nice to meet you.
In Seven's head, I'm just gonna say, didn't the last person who we left alone with Balthazar kind of go insane?
No. That was the elf in, Oh, I can't respond, can I?
Sure, you can now. Boom.
Okay.
Yumi and Shandi, actually. I'll just do that.
Yeah. That was the elf in, back at the Grove, but,
Yeah.
Your girlfriend didn't have a problem with him?
Did she... Wait, we left him alone with her, too?
Yeah, he took her. She took him in the room and threatened him. Was like, "You're gonna do just what Septon says," and she didn't go crazy.
Okay.
I'll warn her. Oh, one more thing. There was somebody once who was like set to deal with him. They kind of went a little crazy. Maybe they went a little crazy, I'll be honest.
She holds up 3 fingers, and you can see there are 3 rings, one on each finger, of various designs and intricate details. We're prepared for stuff like that. I should be fine.
Alright. You guys seem busy today. Something going on?
Yeah, we just got a new shipment in from Karth. One of our Zalatai made their way out there. There's some library unearthed recently, and in light of recent events, Karth has been a little bit more willing to trade information and support for their upcoming expedition.
See. So it's not your busyness down here isn't to do with
I'm afraid I don't know. It's a little cryptic, Orange.
Oh no, there's seems like there's some commotion over in Gaimia.
Well, if there is, the archivist hasn't deemed it important enough to tell us yet, so... Do you mind informing me?
It doesn't seem true.
Do you say that out loud?
I think something might actually mutter that out loud.
You think I'm lying to you, Orange?
No, I think you might be getting lied to. We were told there's Salata stationed upstairs. Somebody went missing. We were told you guys were already kind of on it.
Well, we've been investigating missing person situations, sure, but I didn't know there was a new case. You're referring to my compatriots who are stationed outside the home of a recently recovered person? because I was aware of that.
Oh. Did I screw that up? Oh, yeah.
Listen,
Must be
I know you're new
what I was
around
thinking
here,
of.
and I don't know how things work where you're from, but the scholars are a unified front. We're not keeping secrets from each other. As much as our three orders, differ in motivation and practical application of knowledge, we have the same goal, and we work together. Who went missing? Do you know? I can check in my roster, see if they came through here.
Shit, what was his name? Shandy? Una, what? What? Okay.
Soren. Mikhail Soren.
She sort of goes over to one of the flips a couple of the papers over to the side. Stacks them, flips over to one of the logs. Nope. He didn't come through here last night.
Oh.
We only
You guys have like a guard on all night?
yeah,
Or?
we work in shifts. Could he have come down? I mean, I could check during the day, but I imagine he's probably teaching classes then.
Yeah,
we only had
I
we
mean-
only had 5 visitors from upstairs last night, and Surin was not one of them.
Could we ask who they were?
Sure. She sort of just takes out a piece of paper, writes down a few names, hands it over to you. None of them are names that you recognize, but I'll send you a little document with the names in a second here.
And the archive's underworld name one more time.
Celatium. Celatium.
Got it. Thank you.
Sorry, couldn't be more help. I'm sure that we'll be contacted to do some investigation soon. Damn. Hey! Wasn't a stoic! Settler! So, settle up! And you see some of the people, like, shaking their heads over in the corner, and passing gold back and forth to each other. We had bets the next person to go would be a stoic, but, none of their kind have been taken yet, so.
Are they?
You said you guys were a united front. Does that include... Or are the Stoics a separate...
Stoics are not part of the scholars. Stoics are their own damn thing.
So the Stoics and the Scholars do keep secrets from each other.
Well, yeah, the Stoics, of course. The Stoics are a weird, horrible cult. What do you mean? There's 3 sects.
No, I'm just...
There's 3 sects of scholars. I don't know if anybody's explained this to you yet. Orange. There's us, Salatai. We work down here. There's the archivists who work in the archives, and there's the refectionists who keep things operating smoothly. Stoics don't number in the scholars. They're ass backwards book burners who shouldn't even be here in the first place, frankly.
Look, Red, I'm just trying to get a lay of the land. Like you said, I'm not from around here.
How long have these how long have these disappearances been happening?
Well, disappearances have been happening, forever, since this place was
okay.
founded, I'd imagine.
Fair.
This recent string of disappearances, I mean, it's hard to say, but a couple of months, maybe?
And how long have the Stoics been here?
Centuries.
Oh. I asked that last session. Okay. Never mind. There's never an easy answer to anything. But no Stoics have been taken. Or, sorry, gone missing.
Yeah. None.
Yeah, that's not suspicious.
Listen, they keep to themselves. I haven't seen a Stoic down here in, wow, I want to say 5 years.
The whole thing is...
They don't like it down here. They don't like entering, as they call it, the belly of the beast. according to their weird-ass religion, this here is the petrified corpse of some evil leviathan that their saint killed.
Oh, yeah, they don't like dead things.
The land on top of it, holy. Down here, not so much. Listen, I'm not going to be able to explain it to you because I don't really get it myself. In fact, I don't know if they get it. I think they just found an ideology that suited their violent interests and decided to go with it.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah, sure.
All honesty, like, even if you can't get anywhere with Balthy over there, I mean, you're the first lead we've had in a while.
Hey, I'm just answering questions you asked. One of the, I guess I should say, there is a little something that we Salatai and the Archivists differ on in ideology. Us down here, we don't think knowledge should be locked behind, really anything. I think it's up to each individual person in their life. If they want to pursue dangerous knowledge, that's their prerogative, and I'm not going to stand in the way of that. Which is why if you wanted to head into that hole right there, right now, I'm not going to stop you. The Archivists, on the other hand, they think that the layman needs protection. They're, for the greater good of the world, they're more willing to keep things behind closed doors. I understand where they're coming from, but I don't agree. They've been trying to keep this recent string of disappearances on the down low, but I don't think that does anything for anyone. The settlers are going to panic if their number start disappearing. And they're going to panic even more if they don't know why or the circumstances. So if you want to ask me a question, any question, I'm going to answer it for you. You can count on that.
Oh.
Even if you're kind of rude when you're doing it, Orange.
Sorry, we just haven't met so many people as friendly as you.
I'm not friendly, and don't tell people that I am.
Well, you just said you'd help us however you can. You'd answer all our questions.
I'd answer questions, smartass. All right, now I got some work to get to. If you want to get out of my hair.
All right, see you, Red. Unless you two have
what a cute thing we have going. Jesus Christ. Well, she would say not Jesus Christ, would she? That's not real. Saint Cuthbert. Oof.
Should we run this list of names by Luke and Aaron, just in case he entered using some sort of alias for whatever reason?
Ooh.
See if they know any of these people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, while we're walking, not to sort of keep these two balls in the air, but...
Do you want to be left alone with your new girlfriend?
No.
Sorry.
What I was saying
you dropped the girlfriend thing, so I had to get you back. I'm sorry.
No, that was good. Una, that was good. That was a good one. You got me. That was great. But more.
I don't know if you end up to get the whole
mode.
the red, the orange. It's very adorable. I support you.
Make a darker shade of red. Anyway, or a darker shade of orange.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho. What I was trying to say before Una got all gross on us,
gross? I'm sorry. Need I remind you
Sean
what
D is
happened
the gross
in the
one.
mess hall? Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm gross. Gee. Sorry.
It's just good to see you letting me out some of that pent up stuff we were talking about the other day.
What pent up stuff?
Anyway, so it was Johnny. It was what. Fuck. Why do I keep forgetting this guy's name?
Mikhail.
Mikhail. It was what Mikhail said to us the other day that got me thinking. He was like, he was like, oh, a lover of Lolth and the symbol of the moon. that would be the elf god Corleon. And I was like,
Corellian.
oh, but...
No, it's
What?
Corleon.
Corellon?
Corellian.
Corellian. And at first I was like, oh, that's nothing. But then I remembered that girl in the grove who went crazy after dealing with the hourglass said their god was trapped in there. And then the shaman guy who brought Shandi back to life told me that, like, apparently on this plane, none of the elves can contact Corellon. And at first, when she said, oh, our god's trapped in the hourglass, I was like, oh, that's crazy. It's the demon. He's just convinced her. He's duping her. But, like, I don't know. Now it's coming from somebody who wasn't crazy. You know? I mean,
Yeah.
Mikhail seemed sound mind, and he made the connection too. Is it possible Balthazar's more than we think? Like, not a demon? Or he does have some connection to Corellon?
Or maybe... So, wait. So, obviously... No, we didn't ask anybody about him. He just straight up told us he's a demon. Right? That's how that went?
He did. He told you.
He just straight up told us.
He told you.
And
What is part of his containment?
Professor Russ kind of confirmed it.
Yeah. Well, what is something in... Who contained him? Do we know? Has he told us? Have we asked?
I think we asked a long time ago, and he said something vague about heroes or something.
Well, I wonder if, like, something about the containment just completely changed his nature, or... Maybe that's
I mean,
too...
the problem is we don't know what he said is true and what is just totally made up.
Of course.
And also, like, Corellon wasn't made by Lolth the way Balthazar claims to be. Right? Like, that's not...
No.
I don't know a ton of history, but I know the Elven Pantheon enough to know that's not how that happened.
You would know from your project that Corellon Larethian is technically more of a minor god than Lolth, but that's just because they were in the same pantheon for a while, but then she betrayed them and rose to a higher power. But they were of equal standing easily.
Right. I feel like that's just like elf culture to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you would have known, and you also did a project on it, so you definitely know. Yeah, Lolth did not create him.
No. Right. I don't know where to go with this, but like... When it was someone who was clearly going mad at the Grove, I ignored it, but now I kind of want to ask Balthazar what his thoughts on, like, Corellon are. Has Balthazar come back, by the way?
Nope, still gone.
Nice. Okay. That's fair, yeah.
Cool.
Good idea.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you've probably made your way back up into the main archives. Is there anything else you want to do today?
I do want to try to find. I mean, if the answer is no, they don't recognize any of these names, we don't have to RP it. But I did want to run that list by Luke and Aaron.
I mean, we
real
don't
quick.
really have to RP it. Una, it's in your character sheet under consumables. Yeah, I know.
Under what?
Consumables in your inventory.
Consumables. Hold on, I need to make this bigger.
I could just do that shit now. How cool is that?
I love that. Okay. Except when... Does anyone know? So when you scroll over something...
Hit X to interact with it.
Okay. Well, I don't recognize any of those.
No. But if you ask Luke and Aaron, they know Lore Master Strixton. He's one of the 3 Lore Masters. He's reclusive. They've never actually seen him before, but obviously everybody knows who that is. They don't know either of the Archivists. Eladan Morav works in Paper Pastures, and Mistral Elkinder is a name that is not familiar to them.
Okay. Yeah, that was the only other thing I wanted to check up on.
Great. Cool. Do we want to? Well, I suppose. Saravia.
Mm-hmm.
Saravia.
Saravia, sorry. Yeah.
What? Which one was it? You cut out.
Saravia. Yeah.
Saravia.
Anna Saravia.
Anna Saravia. I'm assuming as long as Balthazar hasn't done anything,
He hasn't
she'll meet
come
up
back
with us?
either.
Yeah. She'll meet up with us when she's done, or we could go back there. Did she say how long her shift would be? I'm assuming they just come. I don't know. You know what I mean? I just don't want her there with him for too long. What were you saying?
I mean, I don't think she's gonna go crazy. This seems to be like her actual job is to deal with weird containment stuff.
Yeah. I know. I just hate burdening anyone with Balthazar.
What if Balthazar is not a burden? You hear from your hip.
Well, there he
Who's
is.
hip? Una's hip?
Una's hip, yeah.
He's back!
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll never
How was it?
know.
Here's a fun fact. Every time you say my name, I can hear you.
Ooh.
She's a very interesting woman. She knows a lot of things. Very good
Great.
conversation we had. Oh, I was told to inform you that she's willing to give it a try with my containment if you all are.
We should discuss that sometime.
Yeah. We should ask.
I'm
she
not
said there's a
chomping
fee.
at the bit. Yeah.
She-
Did she say anything
say
about the
what
fee?
Oh, no, I didn't ask. I don't care about money.
Right.
In any case, she's a whole lot more interesting than any of you are, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad to stay here.
Okay. Septon, you had a question for our acquaintance here.
Oh, come now, Una. We're friends at this point.
We are not.
You're the
I'll handle
most
that
fun to
later.
torture.
Kinda
Okay.
got an idea
What's
for
up?
that. Don't worry about it.
You don't have a question?
I'll talk to you later about it. I'll talk to you later about it, Balthy.
Bored. Cool. Is there anything else you guys want to get up to today?
Chowder.
Yep. You chowder up.
Chowder time.
Chowder up. Get to bed. And that brings us to Friday.
Woo.
Friday, it's raining. And you know that it's raining because you can hear it loudly on the walls the entire day.
I like that. That's cool. In a giant library. Ooh.
Yeah. What do people want to get up to today? Friday. We can also fast forward through if you don't have anything interesting that you want to do.
I
Just
think
make a
Friday
couple
might
rolls.
just be a research day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Shundi, you're researching the Northern Mercantile Fleet. I need you to make a
Yeah, that's
history
right.
check for me.
It's a 5?
It's really hard to find, weirdly.
Weird.
Weird that it's hard to find.
What if canonically Septon just said that?
I just made some shit up.
Shut like, oh, that sounds interesting.
No, the Northern Mercantile Fleet does exist now because
Okay.
I had an idea about it. You're just having a hard time locating it.
Cool.
Una, what are you looking into?
I am looking into history and use of magical weaponry, specifically weapons that can kind of apparate,
Sick. All right, yeah.
like whatever my knivesies are.
Totally. Make a history check.
Investigate. History, damn it.
You can make an investigation check if you.
Thank you. Because now it's a 19 instead of a 13.
You find a really useful volume that refers to many other volumes.
Right.
It maybe in and of itself, it's not the best source, but it is incredibly good as a compiling tome for resources that will help you further along your project. So you've made some, maybe not a lot of progress in terms of like learning about it, but you now have something that will make finding that progress so much easier.
Great, cool.
And Septon, you know the section already. Just go ahead and make an investigation check to see how much you can get into before you just start reading stories for fun.
Let's do it. Where's the chat? I'm not yet used to navigating. I rolled a 4.
The first story, you're like, this shit slaps, and you just read that for the rest of the day.
But it's not what I was looking for at all.
Not at all. You guys do notice, though, throughout the day, that Rosary isn't at her normal post. Somebody else.
She probably just needed a day off.
She's dead.
Yeah. Rosary was the front desk person?
The halfling at the front desk, yeah.
Oh, great.
But, I mean, unless there's anything else you want to do today. Una, I will note that the bald dwarven girl that you caught up to Tether talking with, you do notice her, like, it seems like she's just making rounds as she normally does, but she almost approaches you a couple times today. But then doesn't.
How many times?
Like 4 or 5. Like, it's a lot. It's
Oh.
noticeably a lot.
By like the 5th one, I'd be. I'm not gonna do the brain stuff.
Yeah, I wonder how that'll go with this religious fanatic.
I'd be struck by lightning by whatever god. Yeah, my 4th or 5th time, I'd probably peek out and be like, can I help you?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Are you sure?
Yes. Right. Do you know, I was supposed to keep an eye on your friend Tether.
Oh, she's left for a while.
She's not in the archives anymore.
She is not in the archives.
Ah. Well, then I suppose I do not have to keep an eye on her. Thank you. Bye.
Why?
And she looks at you like almost like you're an idiot.
Oh,
because she's born of demons, obviously.
Right. Well, she wasn't really born of them. She had influences in her life that was out of her control, and
well, one way or another, she has the curse of a demon on her, so it's my responsibility to make sure she doesn't spread that.
I mean, I've been with her for about half a year, and you said you detect nothing demonic on me. She hasn't really been spreading that.
Well, you can never be sure. Maybe she's just been waiting to get to an important holy location.
Like what?
Like this. These lands are holy, despite the blasphemers.
Okay.
You think I'm wrong?
I think we disagree.
Well, tell me this. How come none of our number are disappearing, coming back, unable to speak, unable to think the treacherous thoughts that they've been thinking? That's divine intervention.
Or maybe somebody in your group is involved and protecting you.
That's what you'd like to think.
That is exactly what okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm sorry I asked.
You faithless always find a way to turn it back on us.
Yeah, of course.
Well, enjoy your reading.
Yeah, what do I know? I'm just me with my angelic aura over here.
Perhaps I spoke too soon. Just with a sneer, she turns and leaves.
Shudder. Hate that.
Cool. All right. Anything else that you guys want to get up to today?
It's fantasy Karen.
She's like your age.
I'm good.
Karens can be my
I
age.
also, I just want to say I love that she's like, yeah, Tether. She has the touch of a demon on her, and she's here. Septon walking around with a demon.
It's true. But that just looks like an hourglass. Alright, cool. If nothing else you want to do today, we can fast forward to the next day. Today, Saturday! The day that you are going to go to the show! Is there anything you guys want to get up to during the day before you're scheduled to meet Aaron and Luke? Other than just more research?
Probably just that.
Yeah. Cool.
It's real nerd hours.
You continue to research. Rosary is once again not at her post today.
Maybe do some laps around my room, because we haven't really done any tactics.
Some exercise, just get the blood pumping a little bit. Cool. But the day
Scale some bookshelves.
the day whiles away. As Septon once again gets lost in a story, Shanti struggles to find information regarding his topic, and Una makes some good headway on her project. And night comes. And as night comes, you make your way towards the section of the archives wherein you met Aaron and Luke originally. And they're there waiting for you. Luke is wearing a dress. It's not fancy, but it's definitely more dressed up than she's been. And she seems to have coerced Aaron into like a little suit that definitely doesn't fit him very well.
Oh shit.
Were we supposed to dress up?
Do you ask her that?
Yeah.
I mean, that was what I was asking. That was what I was asking last time. When I was like, is this fancy shindig?
Do you ask her that when you show up?
Yes.
No. Oh, no, you don't have to. It's just, we don't have date nights very often, so I thought I'd make it nice for us. And Aaron's
That
like,
is
yeah,
cute.
really nice. She's like, oh, shut up.
Got you.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
And did you bring your weapons?
Yes. What kind of
Only the
show
ones
is
in
this?
here.
No, it's not, okay, it's not a dangerous show, but getting there does require a trip through the Celestium. I know, I didn't want to tell you guys, because you guys wouldn't have said yes if I told you. It's literally 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute walk. It'll be fine.
It's never a 5-minute walk.
It's gonna be a 5-minute
It's never.
walk.
Never.
It's gonna be a 5-minute walk.
5-minute walk.
Hey, if it's not a 5-minute walk, then I will swear my undying loyalty to you, and I will serve you through the rest of our days, and Aaron also. He's like, you can't just do that for me. He's like,
Okay.
yeah, I did.
All right. Pulls the mace.
Look, I need you to understand something. I need you to understand something. We were very recently told we were gonna go underground for just a little bit of time. It would be brief. It'd be brief, and everything would be fine. Just a little
We were
trip.
never
We'd
told
come
it
out
would
the
be
other side
brief. We
okay.
were never told it would be brief. We knew it was a long
weren't.
journey.
We weren't told it could be as long as it was.
Listen, I promise, I've been to this place like 12 times now. The Underlounge is a safe place, okay?
So 13th times the charm
The
to die.
Listen, the scholars frequent it all the time, and not just the Salatai. The Refectionists and the Archivists go too. And I know a bunch of other kids sort of our age that go down there. Nothing has ever gone wrong in the Underlounge, okay? And I doubt tonight's the night that it's going to.
We will see. We will see.
All right, it'll be fine. Come on, let's go. Cool. So she leads you back to the door to the Celestium. You make your way down. You see that there's one person on duty right now. It's an older halfling man who's just sort of hunched over the table. You see he's got a staff on his back. And as you come down, he goes, "Are you sure you're trying to go down here at night? It's dangerous, you know." And Luke says, "We're going to the Underlounge. We've been before." And he's like, "Do your parents know you're here?" She goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "All right. I'll need your names." He takes down their 2 names, and then the 3 of you, your names? Yes, great. Well, have fun. I hear the Count singing tonight. Now that's a rare treat. If I weren't on duty, I'd be there myself. Enjoy, kids. And Luke's like, all right, here we go. And you make your way into the Slashium. The second you cross the threshold of that doorway, it just gets a lot colder. Not like shivery cold. It's already fairly cold in this drafty library, but it's clammier a little bit. She leads you downwards a little ways. The torches are much more spread out here. There are little pockets of darkness that you have to walk through before taking a left turn, another left turn, and then one right turn. Sure enough, less than 5 minutes, you find yourselves in front of a oaken door. She goes, here we are. And pushes it open. And you take a step inside, and you find yourself in a very nice sort of nightclub setting. It's cozily decorated, this room. There's olive... Alright, this song isn't cozily decorated now, is it?
Sounds like we're on a boat.
Yeah. It does, kind of. Let's do this one. No. Wait. What's happening? Okay. No. I found one that I liked and it went away. Not that. I guess I could just click on it. Sorry. Yeah, it's nicely decorated. Olive drapery spread across the back. These nice oaken tables, round tables, 4 seats at each, on the floor. The people in this room are primarily scholars. You can tell by their olive cloaks, though there are a few other figures. Noticeably, another what seems to be young couple out on a date, similar in age to Luke and Aaron. Both of them they're sitting on opposite sides of the table, and like you can see the boy, his red hair is parted in the middle, like very, very oiled, and he's like rubbing his legs. And you can see the girl has her hand over her mouth and is just sort of like looking anywhere but at him. Just nervous young folks. There are several, there are 2 refectionists here, both sitting at tables on their own. And then 2 tables filled with scholars, one a man and a woman, and they seem to be playing cards with each other with alcohol in front of them. And one is just 3 old men just quietly arguing philosophy with each other. On the west side of the room, there is a long stage with a single stool at it and a guitar next to it. And the last figure in the room is different. Looks stranger. In fact, I would like Una and Sean D to make history checks for me.
Dory.
10.
10. Alright. You don't recognize anything about this figure.
Gotta
Cool.
cancel DPS, but
Halfling.
hey, I'm a halfling. That is 17.
17. This figure is wearing robes that feel strangely familiar to you. They're ancient, dark robes, foot to head, covering up a wooden mask with a very simplistic and aged, sort of sorrowful face on it. The robes themselves are coming apart at the seams. They're fraying. They're barely held together. And you do recognize the mask because there's a character in one of the plays that your dad put on as a kid and that you've read a million times that featured a mourner. And when you were a kid, you thought it was just like, oh yeah, a person who's mourning. But your dad carefully explained to you that there used to be a religious sect, like thousands of years ago, called the Mourners. Nobody really knows what they were mourning at this point, but they mourned, that's for sure. And this looks a lot like the costume that the mourner in that production wore. And to describe what the character's doing, I'd like to introduce Tommy Walters.
Yeah.
Here.
He's here.
Hello!
Welcome, Tommy.
Hi! I'm here! What's going on?
Welcome to Bright Futures. And you thought the overlay just had a fourth one because I was lazy.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to be here.
You're excited.
Hell yeah, Tommy's here.
You see this figure, and this figure is wearing this wooden mask and this sort of like ancient looking garb. And they're having trouble. Well, you can't tell, but they're kind of like cocking their head to like try and see what's going on a little bit, and then like they kind of like are like looking around, like keeping to themselves. They're holding this book, and every once in a while they'll just like open it and like page through it a little bit, and they'll close it, and then they'll kind of look around a little bit more. Definitely a little bit shifty, a little bit worried, if you can perceive that much even. So.
Cool. So, this person is sitting at a table alone by themselves. Luke and Aaron sidle their way up to one of the round tables and sit at it, and they turn to you and say, there's only two other... Luke turns to you and says, there's only two other seats here. You could sit here, but there is an open table if you'd prefer. The show should start pretty soon.
I mean, I wouldn't want to intrude on date night for you two.
It's fine. And Aaron's like, nah, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, no, we'll take the other table.
Insight check. Is it fine?
Okay.
We'll have our own date night.
Ooh, Shani, no.
Oh.
Insight check 4. I think that's
4?
a lot.
Oh.
No. Hold on. Yeah, because I just got expertise in insight. So that's 26?
26.
No. 25.
25. Big difference. It is fine, actually. You get the sense that no matter how much shit Luke gives Aaron, this is a very healthy relationship. They've been together. They probably grew up next to each other, and if everybody was like, oh, they'll probably end up together, and like they have. They're very secure in their relationship.
Again, it's me and Phoenix. No matter how much shit he gives me, we're still a very healthy relationship.
I love that you're the Aaron in this relationship.
Uh-huh.
So the empty table is the one sort of closest to them, if you want to sit at it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's still give him a little privacy. And...
Also, I could hear the entire description of Tommy, and when he started, I could hear it all. I just had to step away for a second.
Yeah, cool, no problem. I wasn't gonna say it again, so.
No, I know. Don't worry. I'm up to speed.
Cool. All right, let me put you at this table then. You can't see the map yet, though. Sorry, but you're at this table. As you're sitting down and sort of getting acquainted, the lights begin to dim. And that's literally done by a scholar going up to one of the torches and just putting a little thing over it, and it dims itself a little bit. And people begin to applaud. Though, at first glance, it doesn't seem like anybody's actually getting on stage. Then you notice that the guitar is moving. And slowly materializing, holding the guitar, is a specter. A ghostly image of an older gentleman with very, very well coiffed facial hair, a beard sort of trimmed to a point, curly mustache. His hair is long and luxurious, though it's hard to tell what color at this point. This is just sort of blue and pale and slightly see-through. And people start clapping a little bit as he waves his hand to the crowd. Una, even through the terror, this guy looks exactly like the poster that your dad has in his basement. Oh. Suddenly it clicks for you. He's not just using a famous old stage name. This is the ghost of an ancient bard, the Count.
I'm conflicted.
The figure
Like, thinks down, and it's like, oh no, this is really cool, but
the figure in the raggedy old outfit puts down the book and starts applauding as well with great fervor. But yeah.
Probably the most excited out of anyone in the room at this point. The angry Salatai sort of leaning back on the table next to you, Tommy, sort of gives you a look and shrugs and looks back at the stage. And the Count says, "Thank you, one and all, for attending my performance. Now, it's not often that a dead old fool like me gets a chance to perform for an audience as excited as you. But I will relish the opportunity. Now, I'm not up to date on the music standards of the day," as he starts sort of tuning his guitar. "But I think we'll start with some oldies. How's that sound?" And the old men in the front sort of murmur their agreement. And the ghost standing in the wings a couple feet behind you that has now materialized goes, "Yeah, yeah!" And you turn around and you can see that the room is now almost filled with ghostly apparitions. They're
Excuse me?
everywhere.
Septon is watching Una more than he's watching who's on stage.
You looking around and it
Haunted
seems...
Mansion ride.
Yeah, with the dimming of the lights, they became a little bit more visible, or they just arrived now. The farthest table away, there's like 8 ghosts just sort of piled up in there. There's people, they're sort of floating in the back. You can see a ghostly couple. They are primed and ready to like ballroom dance with each other. None of them look aggressive in any way. They're all here to enjoy the show, but the room is now chock full of ghosts. And the Count begins to play. It's, he croons, for lack of a better word. It's a singing style that doesn't really exist in Assyria now. There's no jauntiness to it. It's long, open vowels over a slow, very carefully plucked guitar. It's relaxing. It is enjoyable. It's nice, and you see the ghost couple begin to slowly dance. And people are starting to close their heads and vibe along with it. Tommy, will you make a perception check for me?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna ask if I could.
Oh yeah.
I wanna try to perceive the person in the robes wants to know if there's anybody who's kind of looking
Yeah.
to get them.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So that's, and because it seems like the coast is probably clear at this point, but we'll see. Hold on. First roll was an 8 plus my wisdom,
Off to a good start.
which is not very good. I'm not wise. How do I use? I'm sorry. I'm trying to use Foundry. I'm going to use my character sheet instead.
We're all getting used to it. I am going to be trying to mod in a character sheet on Foundry that's a little bit more similar to like the classic character sheets for those of us who are used to it. It might, I don't know. We have a couple weeks for me to do it.
Natural 8, actual 7. So.
Oh no!
Tommy dies first.
The coast seems clear. No stoics around. Nobody you've had any issues with in the past.
Cool. So he's gonna take off his mask and sort of like set it on the table. So he removes this wooden mask and he takes off the robe. Shall I describe myself?
Go ahead and describe yourself, Tommy.
All right, so should you be looking, you would see a ghostly sort of blue-white boy. His glasses are sitting atop his curly hair, which is just an auburn color. He wears this matching pants and this vest, both of faded purple corduroy, and his white shirt underneath it has the top 2 buttons undone. He's wearing a fanny pack, which is sort of cocked to his right side and has it's made of brown leather. His nose is like a little bit crooked, and he has these like high cheekbones and this very, very slender chin. He's vaguely translucent. If you focus hard enough, you can actually see through him to varying degrees. And if you're looking, as he sort of takes his coat and he puts it down on the table, you'd see that the only things that don't look phantasmagorical about him are these like black stains on his fingers. And that's what he looks like.
Chelsea, I'd like to throw it out there that when last session you decided Una was scared of ghosts, I was like, well, that's just fucking perfect, isn't it? Because Tommy and I have been making this character for months now.
Oh my goodness. Is this is he like full transparent, or you said he's ghostly?
So if you really look at him, you can see.
Well, she's trying to look at anything that isn't a ghost in the room at the moment.
I would imagine I look quite a bit like the people in the back of the room.
Yeah. Very similar.
And so with the mask off and with the robe off, he's gonna go and kind of like first he's gonna like just sort of take a breath of fresh air, and he's gonna look around behind him to see if he sees anybody any friends, anybody he recognizes at the party.
No, you definitely recognize a couple of the ghostly figures here. You also recognize the 3 old scholars up front. They play backgammon with old. Well, he doesn't really remember his name anymore. Everybody just calls him Old Spooky. Who lives on the top? He lives on the top floor of the tower, and these 3 old scholars play backgammon with him. So they're pro ghost. You recognize them. Old Spooky isn't here. He doesn't really leave.
Old Spooky.
The dancing couple.
I want to meet Old Spooky.
The dancing couple is they're a relatively new arrival, though they've been dead. Probably they've been dead since the Age of the Blade. But they came in on an enchanted rose. Apparently he had given it to her and it was a whole thing. They're pretty new, but they're fitting in pretty well with the community. And you notice sitting at the table next to you with the angry looking living elven woman, there is one of the angrier ghosts that you know. Serene, ironically, is her name. She really likes beating the shit out of the more mean people down in Celestium. And she's sitting there. It doesn't look like the living elven woman has noticed her yet, and Serena's taking a lot of pleasure in that.
Does she she likes beating people up.
She likes beating up ne'er-do-wells or ghosts who have lost sort of their sense.
Oh, okay, cool. But she is a ghost.
Yes.
Herself.
She is herself a ghost. But she kicks she kicks the shit out of bad ghosts. Is like her thing.
Does she like me?
It's hard to get a read on whether Serene likes anyone, but she's never beaten you up.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go up to Serene.
Great. Alright, yeah, you make your way over there, and the living Salatai says, "Can I help you?" And then Serene says, "No, I don't think you can." And she goes, "God! Ugh." It's like, ooh, I love when that happens.
Good one, Serene.
Yeah. Yes! How's the evening treating you, Everett?
Not bad. Sorry, I just took my mask off. I just hadn't,
Yes, I noticed. It was a bold entrance.
Oh, well, I didn't know that the whole party was coming tonight. I was a little bit worried that I'd be the only one of us here, so I was just, being careful.
No,
never be too careful.
It's the wise thing to do.
There's some living folk here today.
Sure are. I mean, the Count doesn't perform often. I'd imagine these flesh bags enjoy it as much as we do. And she says flesh bags like very venomously towards the really unsettled elf sitting there.
You're cool. You're a little intimidating though, but you're cool.
Thank you, Everett. I'm so glad I'm cool in your approximation.
I never asked you how you died.
It's a little rude, don't you think?
No, I mean, I would talk about how I died with them folk all the time. I mean...
Everett.
It's okay.
Everett.
Well, I actually don't know how I died, but...
That's what I was going to say. Every time your story's different, Everett.
Well, yeah. No, that's true.
I died doing what I lived for and what I continue to live for. Killing ghosts who have lost their sins. It used to be you, actually. And she, taps the head of the elf. So this is what you have to look forward to, my dear. And the elf sort of just, stands up and goes to the table you used to be sitting at.
Kind of ironic that you ended up a ghost.
I feel it's fitting.
Anyway, counts pretty good.
Oh, yes.
I've seen him perform 200 times now, but
Yes.
Still good.
You've been here a while, haven't you, friend?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you'd like to join me, there's a seat open. Newly open.
Yeah, I think everyone will sit down and join. Yeah, I think he's just gonna sit down. He's gonna hang out with Serene for a little bit.
Sweet. Yeah, that all takes place during the course of the first song. And
Cool.
Afterwards, he has a little banter with the audience and the old men up front, who have been to a performance or two of his. Before he gets into the next one, it's a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more more exciting. Can everybody make a perception check for me?
Yeah.
14.
14.
Ooh.
Fit right in.
22.
Una, during the second song, your nose, despite your just rigid posture, your nose starts to twitch a little bit. Starting to smell something. Little smoky smell.
Like food or...
Like fire. As you look around, you notice the northern section of this room is starting to get a little cloudy over there.
I'm gonna just start in everybody I can see in the proximity, just in their heads, going fire, fire, fire.
Your friends or just everyone?
Everybody living.
Cool. So that's the closest to you are your friends, and then Aaron and Luke.
So question. So with my spectacles now, can I extend my telepathy to 60 feet?
What's the text on the spectacles?
Hold on. I don't. Sharp eye spectacles. There it is. User sight is improved vastly. Okay, it's only for attacks.
I think it's just attacks.
Never mind.
Cool, but as you start saying fire in people's heads, you see Luke and Aaron look up and look around, and then Aaron goes, "Oh God, fire!" The count stops playing mid-strum, and everybody sort of starts looking around, and you know, at this point, smoke is beginning to billow out from the corner. Oh, come on. Yeah. And indeed, little flames are starting to lick up from the olive curtains on the north side of the room. Almost exactly at the same time, the door busts open, and you see, stepping inwards, a white-robed individual. A stoic. Though slightly different than any stoic you've ever seen before. You see that his face, his skin that you can see, has actually started calcifying, turning to stone. Probably, he looks like he was once human, but now, bits and pieces of him are moving in stone as he kicks the door open and starts swinging his mace inwards. You see more and more of them file in behind him. As he comes in, he starts shouting, "A nest of heathens, making merry with the unholy creatures that brought our god low. You shall die tonight in this place, living and undead." You see at this point, all of the ghosts, including the Duke, just rapidly begin to dematerialize and disappear. Serene says, pats you on the shoulder, Everett, and says, "Time to get going, honey." And it just disappears. All of the people in the room are now trapped. One end growing fire, and the other end a bunch of beginning to calcify religious fanatics. You see 2 of them have maces like the lead man, and then 3 of them are carrying these sensors. It's sort of like a flail, but the chain comes down into like a burning sensor at the end, and you can see just gas emanating out from it. It doesn't seem... They're standing in it, so it doesn't seem terribly, like, poisonous. But you do see one of the closest ghosts to it has trouble dematerializing inside the smoke as they like start to. It's the day of the couple. The woman isn't able to materialize until the husband pulls her out of the smoke and they disappear together. At this point, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no! Boundary.
Yeah,
How
our
do?
first. I'm gonna pull you to the page.
Woohoo! Boom.
And then here's what I'm gonna do. Oh, why are the tables on top of everybody? Fuck!
They're hiding.
We hiding.
Peter needs to turn his cursor off.
Yeah, Peter, turn your fucking cursor off.
Turn it off. Turn it off earlier when I was on my laptop.
Fuck.
My laptop's having a lot of problems, so I had to move to my work laptop,
Oh.
which is having much better time with Foundry.
Combat tracker.
Oh, well, that doesn't fucking show up at all, does it?
How do I even?
Oh, you can't see that shit at all. 1 second.
I see fire.
No, the fire's good. They all should have an aura on them as well, but you just can't see it. So, give me 1 second while I change the color on that. Let's make
Wait,
it
why do all the
blue.
tables have different names?
don't fucking worry about the tables, okay?
Why is the cute table and the liberal table?
They're all names?
Love to sit at the pretentious table.
Which table was I at?
The
You're at
righteous,
the righteous
table.
table.
No,
right?
I moved
What-
tables. I think I was at the pretentious
What's going
table.
on
We're at
over there at the
pretentious.
liberal table?
Okay,
Yeah.
so, hear me out, okay?
They're sipping lattes over there.
So I installed a mod that...
Nah, it's flat whites, baby.
this is a koi table too. I installed a mod that whenever I put an NPC out on the field, it randomizes their HP and also gives them an adjective, so we don't have to do numbers anymore.
Cantankerous.
The tables are NPCs technically, so
Why?
they get names too.
Oh,
Oh my god, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
I don't. Oh fuck! Oh shit! I don't really know why the fire is showing up well, but their sensors aren't. Can you guys see that some of these sensor bearers have like little particle effects going out from them?
sensor? What do you mean?
Yeah, I
Is it the sort of green, like, flowing thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
can
kind of hard to tell where
barely
it
I
see
is.
know.
that.
It looks really good on this screen over here, so I was like, this will be fine. But
kind of just like a DM like malaise on it, you know?
this like worked before. It's 15 feet, so just remember that. It goes out
Great.
to 15 feet. I thought this was gonna be a cool, fun effect,
It's great.
but
it's great.
it just
So good.
doesn't.
So we're
What if
already
you just
in
made
it.
the?
Yes, you guys are currently already in it.
What's that do to us?
Well, I'll tell you in a second, won't I?
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is go to the encounter table. Did you already roll initiative, Shandi?
Yeah, I
Wow.
thought we were
What do you
rolling.
do? How
Just
do you
click
do
the word initiative on your character sheet.
that?
Oh my gosh, it's totally it.
If only I could find.
Hey, wait, where is the word?
It's right next to your AC. It says any.
Any.
Oh, yeah. Did that work?
Yep.
All
Nice.
right.
Why is it in decimal point?
It's because it's dexterity ties.
Oh.
Those are, yeah. Anyway, so as you come to, and let me just check the stream just to make sure that this looks good, because, bro, I don't know. Yeah, that looks fine. Cool. We'll go with that. As we begin, Yeah, I'll get this weird thing fixed for next time. I might have to change the background color of the map so it shows up.
Yeah.
That might really be all that I should do. Shandi, you begin. But since you are within 15 feet of a sensor, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hell yeah. 7.
7 is not enough. You are poisoned until the end of your turn.
Cool.
As the gas just infiltrates your lungs deeply uncomfortably. Alright, you're up.
Alright, where's the boy? Can I place him if he's not there?
Okay, so the boy, if you go over to
Yeah, I
the
see him.
characters, if you go to summons and spells, he should be in there.
There he is. Alright, so I'm gonna bring the boy out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna send him over to Stubborn Sensor Bearer.
Cool.
And he is going to make a strike.
Alright, go for
I'm
it.
gonna roll manually. 27 to hit. Or not 27, 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright. Damage is... Oof. That's going to be, I believe, 6 damage.
6 points of damage, cool. As he slashes into this person. And she takes a step back and says, "Ah! A specter attacks! To me, brothers!"
And then I'll take my second attack.
Mhm.
That will be 24 to hit.
24 will absolutely hit.
That's another 6.
Cool. 6. 12 damage. As Sheko appears upwards and takes 2 slashes across this, relatively unarmored chest of this individual. Cool. Alright, next up we have Everett. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, begin combat. Everett, you're next.
All right.
And Everett, you'd be here now.
Great. Oh, so I wasn't at the righteous table. I was at the organized
You're at the
table,
organized
of course.
table. Oh, fuck, I just put you under the table. Okay.
Cool. So all of the ghosts just bounced.
They're gone.
Every single one, including Serene.
Serene's out, yeah. But you look around and you hear these scholars and children, in fact, beginning to panically looking around because they don't have as easy an escape.
Everett begins to click the leave button, and then he sees Shandi take action, and he holds his book and he reads the word on it again.
And what's that word? Do you want to read it for us?
No, not yet.
Okay.
And then he looks up and he's like, "Not on my watch." And he's going to walk over. Oh, distance is happening now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 30.
Oh! What?
Oh, boo.
What was that? Who did that there? Oh, you're casting a spell, and in your casting, that you have to place it because Foundry.
Oh, that's a fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so I click this, and then I click there. I guess I don't know how to do this.
So I think if you click on the center point here, you should be able to move your area of effect.
Oh, okay, cool. How do I get rid of this one then? Delete.
Delete.
Okay, cool. All right, so if I do this, boom, and then. Oh, so this is that's not a spell. This is just an area that I've created. So that's fine. Cool. The first thing I'm actually going to do before anything else is I'm going to run behind the table and I'm going to flip it over for some cover.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'm gonna hide behind organized table as I flip it over.
Cool. You can put yourself behind the table then.
Awesome. I will do that. Great. I'm there.
They're not hard to flip, even for someone with your, well, weekly ghostly musculature. They're pretty light.
But I am like sufficiently covered that like if you were to make a ranged attack, it would be very difficult.
I would give you, for most of those guys, 3/4 cover. For some of them, full cover.
Cool. All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
Of course.
I think that's all I can do.
I'm gonna call that an action. If you have a bonus, then you can use that.
Yeah. One bonus action. No, I'm gonna hold on to that. So I'm done.
Cool. In seeing you do this, the scholars are going to start doing the same thing. Led. What are you doing? No, don't target. Move. Led by Aaron, they're gonna all start like running behind tables. These two up at the top here probably won't, on account of the fire right next to them. So they're gonna run over behind this table if they can. The old men might have some trouble flipping their table, but they're gonna get away from the dudes with weapons as best they can. And the young date are, hey, if at the very least it has brought them together, they're not like clinging onto each other for dear life. So
These generic like foundry tokens.
no, these are art flow tokens. I generated them all using AI, and now I can use them because nobody made them.
Okay.
But I can make better tokens now. You'll notice I didn't make better tokens for the main enemy. So, but that was because I didn't have a lot of time this week. All right, Septon, you're up.
Okay. It's finally time. We're gonna try it. Did that work?
Did what work?
Septon's gonna pull out the pipes of haunting.
Great.
Play a little doot doot on the flute.
Each creature within 30 feet that can hear you.
That's all of them. It's all of them.
It's also Luke and Aaron.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. If you're not hostile to me, I can choose for you to just succeed.
All right, they will all make their saves. We'll start with the stubborn sensor bearer and its wisdom.
It is, yes, a wisdom save.
Cool. The stubborn sensor bearer doesn't do great. In fact, gets a 4.
Failure, definitely.
Oh god, now I have to figure out which one is frightened, right? That's the
Yes, he's frightened of me.
afraid. Alright. Bold Stoneheart.
1 minute.
The Bold Stoneheart also rolls pretty bad, if I'm being honest with you. That is a 7. So that's frightened as well.
That's also a failure.
Alright, the Baleful Sensor Bearer. That's pretty good. That's a 17.
That's a success.
The Impatient Stoneheart. Oh, 6?
That's a failure.
No, don't do that. And the Clever Sensor Bearer. 9. Wow.
That is failure.
They're all...
You rolled 4 single digits. Except for the one.
That was rough. That didn't go good for them. Okay.
These boys are spooked.
Okay. Anything else from you there, friend?
Can I tell which ones are frightened?
Yes. You know. You know who
All
isn't
right.
frightened, more importantly. Most of them, like, you play your pipes, and they're like, a curse! We shouldn't have come here! And the one in the lead, the one who didn't fail, was, no, the Baleful Sensor Bearer says, fools! Don't fall for their tricks! Forward!
Then I'm gonna lean forward to Una, point to the one who's not... Point to the one who's not frightened and go, that one. You have inspiration.
Alright, but before Una can go, the Sensor Bearers are gonna go. So this guy can't move closer to you willingly?
No, you
God.
cannot. Oh, and with my movement, I'm gonna actually wait before I end it. With my movement, can I like step back out of the fucking
Oh,
gas?
yeah, make it doesn't matter at this point. It wouldn't have
Oh,
affected you.
okay.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Okay, so he can't get closer to you.
So good.
Pipes, good.
So he's just gonna turn his attention to Sheko, and he's gonna cast Hold Person.
What's the text on hold person?
It's a great question. Let's see if this.
I
works.
have it. You want me to cast it so it shows up in
I have it
Foundry?
Right here. I have it right here.
Okay.
A humanoid that you can see.
Oh, it doesn't say creature?
Sure doesn't.
Alright, then it works on Sheko.
Oh, it does work on Sheko. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, he casts over towards Sheko. I need Sheko to make a wisdom saving throw. So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for Sheko.
Okay. Big money. Nope, 10.
10. Sheko is paralyzed. That's this guy's turn, because that's all he can do. The bold Stoneheart, who isn't feeling so bold at the moment. I mean, at the end of his turn, he's going to remake his save. But he fails it, because that's a natural 3. The bold Stoneheart is going to take the dodge action. The impatient Stoneheart is also going to take the dodge action. He's being very patient. The stubborn Sensor Bearer, who's right in front of Sheko, is going to attack Sheko. Would normally have disadvantage, but has advantage for the paralysis, so it's going to be a standard roll. That is a 10... 12 to hit.
Nope.
Oh, fuck. As it sweeps the sensor towards Sheko, but Sheko just goes through, completely unaffecting. And you can see the sensor bearer like looking at the sensor, being like, "This is, but it's specifically for them, brothers." Una.
Okay. Who's attacking Sheko? Stubborn boy?
The stubborn sensor bearer, yeah.
Alright, then I'm gonna attack him
Alright.
for some sneaky weaky. Unnatural 20.
Oh, sorry, at the beginning of your turn, I do need you to make a con save.
Con is... Come on, con is 18.
18, yeah,
Nice.
it comes towards you, but it doesn't seem to affect you all that much. Oh, and let me make a couple of rolls to unfear the guys. I'm sorry. Bold Stoneheart. Oh, Bold Stoneheart rolls a 14.
Well, no,
it's at the end of their
it's
turn.
at the end of their turn.
They took their
Yeah.
turn, yeah.
Just making sure.
So the Bold
Okay.
Stoneheart is good. The Impatient...
The 15 is the DC.
Yeah.
Oh, then he's not good. But
The
Impatient...
DC is 15.
Yeah, but Impatient Stoneheart rolled a 19, so he's good. And then the Stubborn Sensor Bearer rolled a 19, so he's good as well. Cool. Alright. Una.
Pipe's still good.
No, they couldn't take their turn. That was very good.
Sorry. The roll to attack Stubborn Boy was an unnatural 20.
That will hit.
Yay. And since he's with Sheko... I am also gonna add my inspiration to this roll. So, Peter, what's your inspiration die right now? D8 or D6? D8? Thank you. Okay, got them all. Boom. 6 plus 6 is 12. Plus 5 is 17. 21, 25 points of psychic damage.
25 points of psychic damage as you throw your daggers towards him, and ouch. Your dagger goes right towards his chest, and he reaches up to grab it, but then he grabs his head instead in just confusion. He goes, "This Spectre Brothers, it's proving too much!"
And then on Bold Stoneheart, I'll do my offhand.
Cool.
Oh no, that's an 8.
8 does not hit as you throw it to. Oh, a disadvantage anyway, but because he took the dodge action. But you throw it towards him, and even though he's like shrieking with fear, looking at Septon, he manages to like hit it with his mace, and it flies away before dissipating.
And can I dive under the table?
Mm-hmm.
And oh, it doesn't. Wait, how do I know how far I'm going now?
It's
Not
still,
show me.
still squares. Oh yeah, that's.
But that's.
I think if you
It made the diagonal so nice.
if you click the ruler button, it'll show you. I know that there's a module that Phoenix uses for Lancer that it does it automatically. I'll make sure to download that for next week.
Oh cool. Okay, I've got it now. I want to go hide under this tape. Oh, I didn't go there. Okay, now unselect, please. Unselect! Now I can only measure!
You gotta go up to select tokens. You have to click the top one in your little bar on the left. Yeah. And you should
Oh,
be
the
able to.
bar. Okay. Honestly, whoever designed that, it does not clearly make it look like a bar. It looks like just a cluster of.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna hide under that one.
Cool. All right. The baleful censer bearer who is not frightened is going to take a few steps forward next to you, Shandi. It is going to attempt to inflict wounds on you.
Ugh.
All right, so it is a melee spell attack. Oh my fucking god, really? I'm rolling so bad today, gang.
Soon as you say
11.
that, though, you're gonna start
Nope.
rolling well.
11. So that's cool. Yeah. With one hand sort of crackle as the hand, you can see its calcified fingertips, and there's like white energy just crackling at it, and it swipes out towards you, but you nimbly dodge out of the way. And that is the end of their turn. Shandi, that brings us to you at the top of round 2. Make a con save.
Yep. I can just see that here. 24.
You're good. No poisoning this round.
Cool. I need to. I don't want to draw this out just to measure it. But if I were to move here,
Yeah.
would potentially baleful, impatient, and clever all be within a 30-foot cone of me?
Yes, they would.
Cool. So I'm gonna move there, and I'm gonna activate my shield
Oh shit. Okay.
as a bonus action, and then as my action, I am going to launch the thorns out of it.
Cool.
So they all need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Say your command word, and they all make a Constitution saving throw. So the one in the front, the one who failed on you, rolls a 5, so that's probably a failure.
Okay. That's a fail.
We get a 7 from the censer bearer,
That's a fail.
and a little bit more than that, a 12 from the Stoneheart.
That's a fail.
Oh god.
So they're all going to take 3d10 damage.
And how much is that?
That's 23 each. Unless you want to do them separately.
No, it's fine. 23 each?
Yep.
Alright, well, the censer bearer in front of you dies instantly.
You gave Shandi the shotgun.
Boom! That's right.
Cool. So yeah, he's dead. As you and the spines burst outwards, both of the censer bearers. Oh no, sorry, just that censer bearer dies. I guess he had low HP. Oh yeah, because it rolls HP. They don't have the same anymore. The first censer bearer, just under the unrelenting barrage of spectral spines, just topples over, and they fly backwards towards the two in the back, and they riddle them with these spines, which dissipate after sticking in them a little bit. They sort of crack like needler spines a little bit, and then disappear. All right, anything else from you?
I'm gonna end it, and since I am...
This guy needs to make a concentration saving throw to... He rolled the natural 20. He's still concentrating on hold person on Checo.
Okay. Actually, I was gonna say I'm further than 15 feet, but I am still 15 feet from Checo, so he remains there.
Cool. Christ. All right. Everett.
All right, so clever sensor bearer and impatient Stoneheart. How are they looking?
Impatient Stoneheart's definitely taken... He's taken more of a beating in his life. He's got... The spine's hit into him and he's bleeding heavily, but he seems raring to go. The sensor bearer is scared, just bleeding out, not looking so good. You can see that his confidence in this mission is wavering, and he's looking at the door and looking back, and he's breathing heavily.
How about the other two?
The bold Stoneheart is looking a little bit frightened at Septon, but doesn't seem to be doing too poorly. And the stubborn sensor bearer is like, her eyes are opening and closed like she's on death's door.
Okay, cool. So Everett's gonna run. Does it look like any of the other people in the room are taking action, or is it just this group?
Pretty much just this group. Everyone else is they're self-preserving right now.
And I'm the last ghost left.
You are the final ghost.
Okay, one question.
Mm-hmm.
Without making a check, do I readily know information about this conflict, or would I have to like go into my history to think about?
No,
what's happening?
You know that the Stoics hate the undead, and just judging by the monologue that guy gave when he came in, they're here to punish the people who are fraternizing with your kind.
Okay, last question.
Mm-hmm.
Knee-jerk reaction. Would I know if there would be consequences if I killed them? Or, like, basically, is this going to be...
Make a history check on this one for me. It won't count as an action, just to see if you can recall.
Okay, history check. My intelligence modifier is... Okay, that's a 21.
21. This has happened before. It doesn't happen often, but every now and again, a subsect of the Stoics, who are referred to later as the Calcified, attack living and dead people, usually suicidally. And afterwards, the main batch of the Brothers of the Penitent Stone say that those were extremists and they had nothing to do with us. We told them not to do that, but they did it anyway. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Usually the Calcifieds all die, and oftentimes it seems like that was their intention going in.
So Everett's going to run around this table, run out of the table.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to run around it, or are you going to run through it?
How do I drag my... I don't want to... Can I pick you up now? Right, there. Okay, so I'm gonna go to about there.
I have a flavor question. Did you go around the table, or did you go through the table?
Oh, I went around the table because if it's not, the movement is like, I needed the extra movement.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna go around the table, and then as he sort of appears, he runs out and he's like, "Y'all never learn, do you?" And then he's gonna say, "You looking for ghosts?" And then he's going to Misty Step directly behind them. He's going to, for flavor, not for actual reality, smack them both in the back of the head and cast Thunder Step. And he's just going to say, "Run!" And then he's going to teleport 90 feet back to where he came from, behind the table with Thunder Step.
Okay.
So please make a Constitution saving throw.
All right, I'll start with the Sensor Bearer. That's a 4.
Okay,
and
not gonna make it.
The Impatient Stoneheart gets a 19.
All right, the Stoneheart will succeed and take half of this. The other one will take all of this. All right. All right, so that's 16 damage. So 16 total, and then 8 for the other one.
Cool. The Sensor Bearer, as you say, run and poof, disappear, just poof, whomps straight forward onto the ground. He's not living anymore. He's done. The Stoneheart, on the other hand, is buffeted forward briefly by the explosion of sound. Stumbles, and then just looks straight at you. All right, Sheko is no longer held because the person holding him is dead.
Oh, and just for everybody's awareness, there is a sound that you could hear from a long way away. An explosion sound happens right behind them. So, just so you know, it has. Yeah.
I mean, you saw this ghostly figure teleport behind and then explode outwards. Una, you see Aaron start to stand up and go to help, and Luke just grabs him, says, "Let them handle this." Yeah, and that's the rest of the scholars are just gonna keep huddling and trying not to die. These ones in the back are starting to grab some of the drapes and hit the fire, trying to put it out as best they can. Septon.
Septon. So let's see. Are these two? Sorry, Impatient and Bold are still here.
All of the ones that you can see are still here.
Okay. Are they both still feared? I thought one of them wasn't.
Impatient and Bold are both... No, Impatient got rid of it. Sorry, I put that back on him for no reason. Bold Stoneheart is ironically not very bold and is still feared.
Okay, and Stubborn is hanging out over there.
Stubborn's just hanging on barely to dear life.
Oh, Stubborn's barely hanging on.
Mm-hmm.
And Impatient is...
Fine. I mean,
fine.
He took an explosion to the back and some thorns to the chest, but he's still standing.
Alright, but did I see him, like, stare daggers at the ghost?
Yes.
Alright. Then, before he can move, or go anywhere, because I can see he's pissed, we're gonna hit him with the hold person.
You motherfucker.
The issue is, I don't know what my spell save DC is, because I don't know where it is on Foundry.
My guess is it's better than 5, though, huh?
Oh, it's a good deal better than 5.
So, would you look at that? He is held.
Alright then. He's, sure is.
Yeah, he was beginning to take a step forward towards Everett. Froze up completely. Alright. The clever sensor bearer is dead, so let's remove you. The baleful sensor bearer is also dead, so let's remove you. Alright. Bold Stoneheart can't get closer to you. So he can't fucking do anything, actually. He's gonna take the dodge action again and try to undo his save. That is a 15, so I guess he's not afeared anymore. Thank God, but his turn's wasted. The impatient Stoneheart is held. Does he only gets a save if somebody hits him, right?
It's,
Or he gets advantage on the save if somebody hits him? I don't totally remember.
No, it's they're paralyzed for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another wisdom save.
3, so fuck me. The stubborn sensor bearer is gonna, just do its best to inflict wounds on Sheko. No. 9!
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, no wounds were inflicted. She's not having a great one. Una.
Okay, who's paralyzed?
Impatient Stoneheart is paralyzed.
All right, he's my favorite.
Fuck him up!
I pick you. You're my favorite. Do I get actual advantage or just sneak attack?
You get advantage on him because he's
I'm
paralyzed.
also hidden, but okay.
Well, you didn't technically use the hide action. You just.
Oh, you are fair. Yeah.
But you have advantage plus sneak attack because he's paralyzed.
That is very true. Well, it's an unnatural 20.
That'll hit.
Yay. Ooh, not a great sneak attack, but 13 points of psychic damage.
13 points of psychic damage as you see your dagger impact with his neck, and he can't do anything to do with it, and you hear him go. A little bit of blood runs out of his ear.
And yeah, I'll do my offhand at him as well.
Cool.
Phew, phew. Pew. Yeah, like 22.
22. Great. That'll hit. Yeah, for sure.
Little baby dice. Boom. Yeah, 7.
7. Cool.
7 points of psych.
That ear blood flow just keeps on coming as dagger is just coming out of his. You get the sense maybe this is what always happens when you do psychic damage, but these guys are bald, so you can actually see it now.
Oh shit. Okay. That'll be it. I'm cozy over here.
All right, Sean D.
Okay, I actually want to try rolling this in Foundry just to see if it adds all the right things or not.
You'll have to still tell me what it is though, because I can't see it.
Yeah, I just accidentally rolled just the entire fighter class. The icon was a sword. I thought it was my rapier.
You sure did, didn't you? Oh.
Oh my god.
Alright, attack.
Now you
yeah,
just rolled the
everything looks proper, so normal attack. Flaccid 20.
Flaccid 20 will hit. I assume you're attacking the stubborn sensor bearer through Sheko?
Yeah.
Alright.
And damage looks like it's going well too. 11 piercing damage.
11 piercing damage is enough to kill this sensor bearer as Sheko just cuts it down. And she goes, "You fucking ghost." Falls on the ground.
I can split my 2 attacks with movement, correct?
This ain't Lancer.
This is Lancer?
Yeah.
Cool. Sheko. One little hop and a skip, and a second attack. Ooh, 10 to hit.
10 does not hit. Plus disadvantage, technically, because
okay.
dodge action, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't hit. As Sheko swings the rapier, he just brute force parries with his mace and says, "You won't have me that easily, Spectre!" Alright. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Everett!
Alright, so we got 1 health still,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Great. And then 1 is in combat with Sheko.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Everett's going to once again come around.
Just coming out.
Yep, just popping out. And Everett's gonna holler over because he doesn't know who cast Hold Person. So he's gonna say, "Can you just keep him held for me?" He's just gonna throw that over.
Sometimes just go, "Well, I wasn't gonna let him go."
Thanks. And Everett's going to Misty Step right up in front of this guy.
Oh my god.
Can I like make an attack intimidation hybrid? Is that like, can I use an attack to intimidate?
You can use your action to intimidate.
Okay. Okay. Everett's gonna get up in his face, and he's gonna say, all right, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the way where you die, okay? Because all I know is that in another 1,000 years, you little assholes are just gonna crawl back down here again, okay? So, this is what I'm gonna say to you. You go away, and you tell whoever sent you to never, ever, ever come back, and you can be free and fine. But if you can't do that, well, my friend, you're gonna find out what happens at the end of Ghost Stories.
Alright, make an intimidation check. And I'm gonna give you advantage on that, because that was
hell
really
yeah.
fucking good.
Okay. That's pretty good. 21.
I'm glad you rolled the 21, because he rolled a 20.
Whew.
You say that as you say what happens at the end of Ghost Stories. This entire time he's just like, staring at you in anger, and you say that, and he sees something in you, and you see a flicker of doubt in his eyes.
Cool.
He can't move, but
I only used the bonus to action. Oh no, but the intimidation was by action.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, like, can I guess I don't have anything left.
You have
Yep,
movement.
I have to.
You technically teleported here.
Yeah, but that would ruin the intimidation, I think. So I'm just gonna stand there and like see.
It is an interesting sight because this is like a full-grown dude, and now that he's out in the open, out of his robes, you see Everett is like, he's like 14 tops. This is a child, floating a little bit off the ground, but like it is a child.
I mean, aren't we?
Yeah, but even for you guys are like you are like 16, 17. He's younger than you. Well, it's hard to say how old he is, but
he's 14 going on like several thousand, basically.
Yeah, but the way his physical features, despite being a ghost, he looks like a 14-year-old human kid. Human?
Yeah.
Am I right on that?
Yeah. Yeah. Previously.
Yeah. Previously on. All right. These two kids are gonna go back and try to help the fire brigade. The old men are just huddling together and are humming the song the Count was playing as though like they're ready to die, but they're gonna go out having fun. They've had a little bit to drink. Septon.
All right, so we got this one guy held, and we have Bold.
Yep, Bold, who's engaging Sheka right now.
All right, Septon's gonna step to here, or not. Come on, Foundry. Let me walk. There we go. I was measuring instead of walking. And Septon is going to attack with the Whistling Whip.
Go for it.
Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Alright, let's see if damage is the right calculation here. Because I think I got it right, but... That looks wrong. But we're gonna try it. Yeah, that's not right. That's not what the Whistling Whip's damage is. Hang on a second.
I could just like physically roll it for you if you'd like.
I mean, okay. It's
a D4.
2d4.
2d4.
It's 2d4. Sure. But I have to. What the second d4 is?
It doesn't matter. They don't have any resistance.
Thunder. Oh, okay.
These are just dudes. That's 3 for your 2d4. Sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have had me do it. I've rolled really bad.
I mean, but it's +5, so that's 8. And then for Septon's second attack, because I can get 2 attacks
Level
now.
6.
Does a 27 hit?
It does. It's another 3. I'm so sorry.
I'm not letting you roll anymore for me. I'm gonna fix it in Foundry before my next turn. Well, that's another.
Whip him, and he's like, and he's gonna, he'll turn to you because it is his turn now. He's gonna turn to you and say, "I'll get to you next," and then he's gonna ready his mace and take a strike at Sheko. I'm using a different dice this time. Using a different dice.
What was that sound?
12. 12 to hit. Does 12 hit? Didn't
Nope.
think so. Second one. Aha! That's a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
As he swipes into Sheko, and Sheko with 1
Goodbye,
HP
Sheko.
whoosh, disappears. He's and then takes a step towards you, Septon. The impatient Stoneheart is still held, but you can see he's like, with this flicker of doubt, is slowly grown into something more, and he's at the end of his turn going to try to unhold himself. That is a 19. So I don't think he's held anymore. As he breaks free and he looks down at you, And then he looks at the door very slowly. Una!
Okay. I would like to move here so I can hit that bold stone heart that's with my buddy Septon.
Sure.
Boom, boom. No. Yes. Let's do this dice. Okay. 17.
17 just hits.
Woo!
These guys, you could, the calcification on their skin is seemingly protecting them, but not from your magic psychic blades. So.
Okay. 10, 15, 18 points of psychic damage.
18 points of psychic damage. He is still standing, but blood coming out of one of his ears.
One more.
The stoic prevailed through pain, and so shall I! Spits blood on the ground.
Okay, well, that's a 14.
14
so, no.
doesn't hit. As he spits blood on the ground, your dagger goes high. Sean D. Oh, yeah, go for it.
I'm just gonna boot back here.
Cool.
He's back.
I slew you! I saw you die! Go ahead and roll those attacks.
Yep. Ooh, 12.
12 doesn't hit.
Okay. Oh, wait, was that? Yeah, 13.
13 also doesn't hit.
Rough. I'll action surge.
Okay.
24.
24 will hit, yes.
19 piercing damage.
19 piercing damage. I watched you die! And he's just like frightenedly ducking out of these ways until the last one just gets him in the throat.
Wait, hold on. No, I rolled another attack instead of damage, sorry. I was like, a 19 is impossible with what I roll for
I was gonna
damage.
say that.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's a
say,
lot for Sean
that
D.
math ain't right there.
13 piercing damage.
Oh, he's still dead.
Alright, sweet.
When he slumps to the ground. Anything else from you?
Yeah, I still have my second attack from the action surge.
You do. Alright. Roll.
27 to hit.
27. Sure hits.
It's a good night for Shandy rolls.
Yeah.
Normal damage, 10 piercing damage.
10 is enough for this guy to die. As he's looking at the door, and then he looks at you, and then the rapier just comes right into his heart. And he falls to the ground. And things fall quiet briefly. Save for
The room's on fire.
Well, at this point, as you look behind, you can see that the people have pretty successfully put out the fire. It was small. They beat it back a little bit, and you can see one of the guy who was on the date is holding what looks sort of to be like a firework of some kind. With people are looking around, sort of looking for evidence, but everyone has fallen. And you are standing next to a ghost. A ghost who assisted you in this situation.
Everett runs up to the door and he shouts, "And stay out!" and then slams it. And then he takes a huge deep breath and he's like, "Sorry, I don't usually get like that. Smooth moves on when you made him stay still."
Oh yeah, no problem. I've been waiting to try that, honestly.
It worked, so confirmed. Sometimes I'll do experiments too. They don't always go that good. But at least you have a person to try them on. I just try them on rats usually.
I think you'd like our friend better.
Maybe. Anyway, nice to meet you. I suppose you gotta go be doing like live in person stuff, probably.
We might actually have to deal with some dead person stuff first, and send some gestures to the 5 dead bodies in the room.
Well, someone will come get them eventually, probably, right?
I don't know. I'm Septon. This is Una and Shandi. Does somebody normally come get them?
Well, people don't die here a lot. Hold on, I got a thing that here, let me just and Everett pulls out like a little book, and this book just says notes on it. And it's sort of like raggedy. And then he has this other book that looks a lot more sort of a lot older, but also better made, sort of tucked under his arm. And he says, well, if we're doing introductions, I might as well. Greetings, mortal friends. I am Everett Cornelius Nelson, a traveler, of course, a hero, maybe, a friend. That's for you to decide. I'm a slayer of beasts untold. I'm a seeker of truth, a devotee of romance. I have broken bread with gods. This is a 14-year-old. I have broken bread with gods and sipped ambrosia with... I'm sorry. I have broken gods with bread. No, sorry. Hold on. I have broken bread with paupers and sipped ambrosia with gods. Yes, that is what I meant to say. Sorry. I'm best friend of the first lark of spring, confidant of the last hawk of autumn, periodically a rat king, the vermin of the world respect and fear me. The noble lion with his flowing... I'm just going to keep going if you don't stop me. The noble lion with his flowing mane counts me as his equal, and in his eyes I see the hero I have not yet become. Yes, the legend of Cornelius Everett... No, sorry, my name is Everett Cornelius Nelson. Is still being written, and the next chapter begins today. I can just read it now. That day he met... Sorry, what are your names again?
Shandi.
I ran out of text. That day he met Shandi, Septon, and...
This is Una.
Una's starting to...
Wait, Una and Septon make history checks.
Oh. 11.
Probably nothing from you. Septon, have advantage, actually, because of what you've been doing for the past 2 days.
Alright. Yeah, hang on. I'm still wrestling with Foundry a little.
Sure.
Yeah, it's an 18.
That name you know.
Which one?
Everett Cornelius Nelson. That is a famous and storied hero who was not a 14-year-old kid.
Ooh, he lies.
Or, when he died, he appeared as himself at 14.
Anyway, sorry, I wrote that in case I ever met anybody that I wanted to introduce myself to. But it's nice to meet you all. And are you okay? And he asks Una.
Oh, what I was trying to say was like Una to like, she's gone to do Una things and loot the bodies. I'm fine. This is what I do after every battle.
Okay, you guys get into a lot of battles? That sounds exciting.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Every time we go into an underground tunnel and Septon looks over at Luke.
She's like, I'm really sorry. I'm really so sick. This doesn't usually happen.
Every time we're in an underground tunnel, something tries to kill us.
No, go ahead.
It's not just in tunnels, it's in caves and such.
I'm really sorry.
You see Everett sort of start to like shake with excitement, and then he's like, you mean you fight things? I haven't fought something since I fought the great boar of Aspharoth in the caves of Huladin. It's been so long. It's been so long.
Blake, did that come up in anything Captain was reading, or?
Yes, but not attributed to Everett. Not attributed to Everett. That's a different story. That's a different hero.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Well, hey, I mean, trust me, you stick around with us, there'll be plenty of fights to get in.
Wait, you mean you mean that I could stick around with you? Like we could be friends.
Well,
In
we're here for...
Septon's head, you hear. Septon! We don't
we're not...
know this boy!
No, I meant, we're gonna be around for the next month. I'm sure we'll run into each other,
Okay, I think well, I can show you around, because I know the library really well. Are you allergic to cats? Are you allergic to cats?
Shut the...
I don't think they are.
No, yeah, there's a cat in the room where we sleep a lot.
So as you guys say no, this small gray tabby cat just sort of like walks through a wall and just sort of walks over to Everett's side and does a little hop, and Everett kind of like bends down and hops up on his shoulder. And he's like, "This is Little Shadow."
Ew.
It's nice to meet you, Little Shadow.
It's also a ghost, just so you know. Like it's very dead, but yeah.
Although, I mean, you notice that Everett has been making physical contact with things in the room. Like the books, actually, both books that he has they're material books.
So Everett says, "I just have to know so I can write it down. Could we just be friends, just at least while you're here, and I could show you around?"
I mean, of course, we're looking for a lot of stuff. You seem like you might have some info I'm interested in, actually. I've heard many a tale of heroes such as yourself, who have done such things as fought the boar in the cave, like you just mentioned.
Of Aspharoth in the Cave of Humalin?
Yes, that's the one. I was wondering if I could perhaps talk to you a little about that.
Of course, yeah, no, I'd be happy to share my boar fighting secrets. I don't know if you're uncomfortable that because I'm dead. But if you can't stomach me, maybe you could just pet Little Shadow. Come on, Little Shadow. And the ghost cat walks up to Una.
Does Little Shadow have any specific features that stand out, or is it just a little gray ruffled tabby?
It's a little gray tabby cat. It has long whiskers. And a slightly furrier face than a normal cat. Maybe it has some sort of a little beard or kind of thing going on. It's very, very cute. These perky ears that kind of just turn in circles. It doesn't show this isn't a gross it's not it doesn't show signs of its deadness. Basically, is basically what I'm saying. it's just a cat that's a little translucent.
It goes up to you and it mews a little bit, and there's a little bit of a warble to the sound.
I'm so conflicted right now. I'm just gonna close her eyes and put out a hand and touch something.
Yeah, you make physical contact with this cat. It feels like a cat, but very, very cold.
Okay.
Soft, as soft as you would have expected.
She'll sit petting the cat.
You-
Tears welling up.
You hear purring.
Now, Everett, if we are, to be friends, I know you don't probably sleep, but we do happen to have a spare bed available.
Or we can switch rooms to keep the
Heather,
sanctity of boys' room.
Heather won that fair and square.
Nope, but Tether's not here right now, is she? I would just appreciate my privacy.
I mean, as long as we're at the library, I guess I'm not leaving the library because you're only gonna be friends while you're here. But I have a place that I stay usually, so it's no big deal. I can just stay at my.
It's no
my
big
place.
deal.
No worries then.
No big deal.
The library's pretty big though, so if you do go running off, like maybe I can just if you're uncomfortable, I can just do this, and Everett just kind of you see his skin melt away into invisibility, and he's like, and then he just walks 5 feet closer to Una, and then rematerializes. Sorry. I don't know. I just couldn't help myself.
It's really.
Everett, I like you so much already.
I like you as well. I think that maybe we could be friends. Could you just say that so that way, if you feel that, can you just say that?
I very much think you and I are going to be friends.
All right. So whatever it does then is he pulls out this book, and the book, it's sort of this brown and green leather. And it's very it's ornate, but definitely just so faded. And it has in sort of tarnished gold leaf, a one word, 5 letters on it. And as he opens it up to start writing, you see that it says Glork. And then he takes out a pen, and then he writes something. And Blake, what he writes, and you can say if the ink stays, if it goes invisible, whatever it does. He writes, and he made friends with Una, Shandi, and Septon, and puts a period on it, and then
You write that, you put the period, and the ink just dissipates.
and he closes the book and he puts it in his little knapsack.
Cool.
Well, how do we get started?
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session of Bright Futures. Welcome, Tommy. So, Tommy's going to be joining us now in Bright Futures. So look forward to some more Everett in our future. Very excited. I love the boom, boom coming from Peter right now.
Hey, what happened?
There's some noises happening. It sounds like the Metopia music.
It's because I'm in the fucking basement. Every time somebody walks over top of me, it's the floor freaking. But the house is so old. The basement's so damaged. It's just
Well, in any case, I'm very excited to be welcoming Tommy to the crew here. And I can't wait to see where this goes in the future. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not currently playing a game of Dungeons & Dragons, you should be, because it's the only game where you can fucking teleport behind you, nothing personnel kid. It's really the only game you can do that in, so.